All right. All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. Although, by the time you're watching this, Halloween's probably already over. Another late stream. Here goes my phone. Already telling me about my own live stream. Ain't that something? I didn't catch it in time. It was probably just a bright white screen there. Yeah, today is the... Wait, what do we usually say? Hold on, let me... I never know what I have to say for these. Hold on. Things that I say... Well, fucking hell, I can't find it. But it's Halloween. We're going to do some stuff. If you're watching the recording right now, comment spooky. S-P-O... just, you know how spooky spelled. Jesus Christ. What? Here we go. Oh yeah, and also if you want to get this video, this channel says 500, so I can get donations and stuff like that. Well then do it, and if you do care to donate, then the Cash app is right here. Has anyone ever donated yet? That'd be really cool if someone did. Oh, and it's still 0. One day I'll get a donation. Do I need to do like something else, like a Patreon or something? Because this Cash App shit, I think they're thinking it's a scam or something. I mean, Christ. It's not like I'm selling snake oil or something. Man. Okay. What did I just title? I think I titled it live stream. Alright? I didn't really have a plan for this stream, to be completely honest. I really don't feel like doing a video game. The video's doing really well. Hold on, let's see this. And, if you're watching this right now, thanks for watching, commenting, and liking the, the latest Poland video. It's actually super cool that people are liking it. I'm sorry it took so long to edit. That's just sort of how I do things. I'm hoping people notice that there's a lot more moving elements than there usually is. I think my favorite part of the video, visual-wise, is when I did the break the straw on the dugong's back sort of visual. It was only for like 3 seconds. That's the thing, is that like when you're editing, you spend like 30 minutes on something, and it only amounts to like 3 minutes of real-time footage, So what you think people are going to notice are just, and again, people, that's another thing that I forget, is that people are going to likely watch that video once in their life. Whereas, I have to watch it over and over in order to edit it, There's sort of this weird thing where it's like, oh, I bet you watch your own YouTube videos. It's like, well, yeah, I edit them, so I literally have to. What, do you expect me to just eyes wide shut it, I've occasionally, I think maybe it's like a flex on being able to hire an editor or something. Because you can't not watch your own YouTube video. It's not possible if you edit it. That doesn't even make sense. How could you not watch your own video, not just once, but over and over and over? Like, I could probably name you every line that I said. Probably not, but like I'm just saying in a sort of hyperbolic way. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to read the comments. I've never done this before, so I don't know how this is going to go. Maybe it'll go well. I don't fucking know. I really am kind of I usually just freeball this stuff. So yeah, let's, so how do I, okay, no, that's going to be black. Well, let me have YouTube open. Is it still going to be black? Still black. Okay. Comments, here we go. Oh wait, this is... Oh, that's right. I would have to sign in on my... I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is such like a ghetto way of doing it, but I'm going to answer the comments literally through my other account. Okay, so I'll just look up my own channel, I guess. Oh man, I'm almost at 4.2. That's nice. I think I used to have that, and then since I took 3 months to edit this video, I mean, they pretty much all unsubscribed since then. Okay, so let's do this. Open a new tab. There we go. Let's get rid of that tab. That doesn't even need to be there anymore. Okay. Okay, how do I have notifications? Hold on. Wait. How do I have notifications to me? Why is this not on? Why is it not recognizing this tab? Okay, well that's paint. I might have to do the whole screen. Yeah. Because it's not noticing that I have this tab. Maybe if I open it again. Now will it recognize it? There we go. Okay, yeah, that's what I had to do. Okay, much better. Yeah, let's get to it. So, and it actually, the YouTube display delays it. How do I have notifications when what are these for? New subscriber Duck. Oh, thanks Duck. And higher hair is pretty cool. Thanks. Oh no, wait, was that? Oh, that was on one of my live streams. Interesting. Duke of Alexandros. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. How do I... Can you not go back when... Is there a shortcut for that? No, there's not. That's crazy. Alright. Sorry. This is already... Yeah, but this doesn't have 12K right now. This actually is delayed. On my app of YouTube Studio, it says, yeah, 14.5. So I guess it just delays a bit. Oh my god. Come on now. Let's look at this shit falling out my ears. I thought I had ad blocker.
How would you describe Poland?
How would you describe... Oh my god, the amount of times I heard myself say that. For the past 3 months, I've had to open this video like that. Oh, I'll give you some fun... You know, I could almost do it like a commentary. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to have my voice... This is sort of like an old school DVD commentary things. I used to watch... I don't know if this is like lame or something, but I'm going to say it anyways because it's true. I used to watch South Park commentaries. Like the DVD commentaries. Okay. But yeah, let's sort of get through this. Let's do a theater mode. Oh, that's so nice. So already, let me just tell you this. So first off, this screen right here. This was meant to be like very red. Like the red on the Poland flag red. Like very red. But on the editing software that I use, which is CapCut, if it isn't obvious, by, the layout kind of hides it, but I use CapCut. So it's the free Chinese editing software that comes from TikTok. But yeah, so already I'll tell you this, that it was meant to be super red. Because I've noticed that YouTube kind of tries to push the idea of putting bright colors at the beginning of a video, so that's what I tried to went for, but I guess the color wheel option on CapCut was for pro users. I don't have pro CapCut. I just have the free version. So I had to change it to the sort of orange color. I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping all the time. But yeah, I had to switch it to this orange color. And let me pause it here too, actually. So, I don't know why, but I didn't like the idea of using sound effects first, even though I use sound effects more often than I thought I did. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of tacky to do sound effects, even though pretty much this whole channel, all the visuals are just tacky. Like, I mean, just a sort of, like, everything about this is just so tacky. Like a white background, sort of just this tacky drawing. And I kind of was going against. I literally, when I was putting the sound effects in, I was just like, this kind of seems a bit tacky to me, but I did it anyways. And look at that, that's funny. On paper, get it? It's a piece of paper that forms the Poland flag. And this is the same. This is the same graphic that I used for the last one. No, yeah, the last one. Yeah, because last video that no one watched, which was about the sort of AI-generated content, I use the same visual. It's not because I'm lazy. I like reusing the same visuals because it's like a callback to anyone who's seen my other videos. You know, it's sort of like this personable thing. So if there's any opportunity where I can reuse an asset, I will do it. So again, and then here's another one. I use this so much. I use this, actually not that much, but I've used it plenty of times. So I've used this where I draw a line on my face where I'm sort of frowning like that, thinking like, And then this is just a Google, I mean, if it isn't obvious, I did it through Google Slides, because this is just a Google Slides sort of bubble, and then I made it the pink color, sort of like a thought bubble, and then I put the flag in there. I've done this before, this sort of visual. And the well, yeah, I mean, that's just obvious. Every time I say well, I put the well PNG in there. And I decided, I don't know why, but I didn't like the idea of sort of spoiling the video, so I decided to blur, which I use another free editing software for. Look at you see how it comes close to, oh man. And this I actually use Streamlabs to record that. And I don't know why, but I decided it would be funny to pronounce the number, because the last time, I don't know what it is, but the people who suggest video ideas always have like a really long number after the name. If I remember correctly, it was V8436 or something like that who commented the Belarus video, which is the video that started it all, the video that's still my most viewed video. But I kind of just copped out. I've never been good at saying big numbers, and by big numbers I mean pretty much anything that's above 999. I've always struggled to say big numbers, so I don't know why. So in the Belarus video where I said the 8433, that wasn't a bit, by the way, when I said it slowly. In fact, I think in the script I didn't even have it in the script, me being saying really rolls off the tongue. I think I just literally said that to myself, but I kept it in there. And I guess Bryce kept it in there. That was when Bryce used to edit. And remember when I had people edit for me? God, that was great. That since, went away, though, those opportunities. Yeah. So, and then, I thought it would be funny to actually say that number. I looked up how I would even be able to say that number, and well, let's just play it real quick.
On a comment by Husky, 11,191,993.
That was all one take, by the way. It sounded like as if I took a lot of takes, but that was all one take. No. It was my first take. It was my first take of saying that number. I didn't say it ever again in the recording.
And I actually like this criteria, apart from box 3. Often best remembered for the...
And yet, I don't like the idea of... It was too, like... Yeah, it was hard to measure. Like, how do you measure that? It was totally based off opinion. And I guess these videos are kind of my opinion, right? I mean, it's not like I read an article about, the Poland of each continent. But it just... like, often best remembered. Like, how do I measure people's memory? And if I was basing it off my own memory, well, then I'm going to remember quite a lot because I'm a history nerd, so...
That's a bit hard to measure. What people best remember of a country is kind of on a case-by-case basis. So how about...
Let me tell you something, too. So, edits like this, where I sort of do a play on words as to what I'm saying, so like a case-on-case basis. So this is like an edit that I did early in the day when it wasn't late and I wasn't tired and my eyes didn't hurt. But then the other, so this is an edit that would only be done early in the day. But when it got later in the day, I did not get creative with the edits. So there's like, it's weird. You'll see different parts only if you choose to notice it. But there's certain parts where like the editing is really so this is still early in the day. And I gotta just sort of just put a bunch like an end credits. That was another sound effect I actually added pretty much last minute. That pause button, because I rewatch the video before I export it just to see if everything was all good. And I did a pause button somewhere around. Oh, it was when I was talking about Bougainville. Yeah. And I added so right there I added a pause sort of sound effect. And then I realized, wait, I also did another pause thing. So let me make sure what that was. And it was here. And I added it, but that sound was never initially there.
Get ahead of myself. Let's quickly overview the other two boxes. The first box is very religious and or patriotic.
And again, you have to keep in mind, I've been rehearing the audio for this video like so many times now.
Overview the other two boxes. The first box is very religious.
So when I say the first box is very religious, it sounds like I'm literally saying the box itself is religious. I should have said the first box is that it has to be very religious, or the entry has to be a very religious country. But I didn't. I just said the first box is very religious.
And or patriotic.
Not that there would be any confusion. But just because I've had to hear it so many times. It's just what it started to sound like to me.
Pretty much since the inception of Poland, it has been intertwined with its religious identity.
And again, this is such an early in the day edit. I would have never, because you have to do all these keyframes. Like, there's not like a pre-rendered thing. So I did all the keyframes myself. I was like, okay, I'll make.
Pretty much since the inception of Poland,
I'll make Poland start here. I'll make the thing here, and then I'll make the crest here, and then they'll just sort of go around. This is just a symbol. I just looked up early Poland symbols, and this is what popped up. So I couldn't even tell you what this is off the top of my head, but I looked up early Poland symbols. I know what that is. That's a symbol they still kind of use, like an alternative modern version of it. And then that's just the flag. Oh, and again, reusing assets. This is the Catholic cross that I used in the East and West video that I made, called the East and West of each era, which again was a video pretty much no one watched.
Like the baptism of Dutnieszko during the medieval days, or even later in the 1800s when Poland was known as the Christ of Nations, as the dissolvement of Poland as a state. And
oh man, I was thinking of reusing this asset a lot. I was gonna use I used a different asset for oh yeah, so I'll get to that in a bit.
At the hands of the Russians, Germans, and Austrians was seen to be as a martyr.
But I actually, and before you even think about it, all right, because I know Overly Sarcastic Productions, I know their work. They're really not that in-depth for my liking. They're very kind of pop history, and I think they know that because they mostly cover like historical myths. They talk about and not myths as in misconceptions. I mean like mythology. That's what I should have said, because that's mostly what they cover, I feel like. So before you even think, no, I did not use this video as a primary form of research, okay? I actually read stuff. That was, it wasn't Wikipedia. Although Wikipedia really isn't that bad. It's more just an entry point. You don't use it as a main source. It's just like if you just want to sort of prime yourself on sort of certain issues, you might just want to, or maybe if you can't remember the name of an event, that's actually something that I use a lot for Wikipedia. So if I can't remember the name of an event, like, oh fuck, what was that one thing where Poland had this, and I'll just look it up and then be, oh okay.
Poland as a state.
But yeah, I only use this as a graphic because I couldn't find any good graphics of like having. I thought it was a really good visual that they did, so that's why I can't use. so I kept using it.
Russians, Germans, and Austrians.
I thought it was just a perfect visual for what I wanted.
Speaking of being dissolved by
That's pretty. I feel like because originally the zombie hand.
as a martyr, although was bound to rise again. Speaking of
Originally the zombie hand just did this, but then I found it funny. I was like, what if I made it sort of do that? I don't know why, but just that little motion makes it so funny to me. And this is again in a very early in the day, so I got a lot done in this sort of time frame. Got a lot done.
Where it's difficult relations with a large neighbor. I think the only
look how bad that looks. By the way, you can just see. So I had to remove the background, and the background remover that I use always drops down the quality.
As pretty much every neighbor around Poland has or had difficult relationships with the country, so you can take your pick for that one. You know, there's a famous meme among Poles.
Oh, okay. So I remember this. So I had to use the mobile Photoshop app. Actually, I don't think I even have it on this phone. I have it on the other phone that's over there. That's my old. It doesn't even have a phone number. It's Wi-Fi only. So every time I leave this place that I live in, I can't use it anymore. So I don't take it anywhere. I just kind of just have it sit near my bed most of the time. And by bed, I just mean the mattress that's on the floor. I don't know if the sort of camera sees that. Yeah, but it's not this phone. So I use the heal tool, like the Band-Aid tool on Photoshop. Photoshop, I think, is it just Photoshop Mobile? Something like that. It's the mobile version of Photoshop. It's free. And then I just hit the heal, and then...
The red stands for sacrifice, and the blue stands for loyal ally.
Because I felt like it would have been lame if I just put a black box over it, like what people sort of usually do with memes. And I sometimes like the look if it's like purposely shit post, but for this one I didn't like it. Because it was on for so long. This image was on the screen for so long comparative to how I usually have visuals on the screen for.
You know, there's a famous meme. Blue stands for
okay, yeah, but...
Alright, pretty good criteria, right? I even snuck a meme.
Yeah, and then this...
Blue stands for loyal allies. Alright, pretty good criteria.
That sort of whoosh thing, I don't think I'll ever use it again because it's such like a... It makes the preview... Because when you're, editing a video... and you see a preview, that's not like a rendered video you're seeing. You're seeing like just a resimulation of the assets that you're doing. And this sparkle animation made the preview lag so bad. Like that made the thing lag so bad. I don't know why, but it just did. So every time every time I would go past this part to see it, to re-see it,
let's move on to the first.
It would make it lag so bad.
Paraguay. For box 1, this is an easy take, as Paraguay is quite famously...
So this is... I think I started using, I guess you could say B-roll, but just stock footage. I don't know why, but I didn't like the idea of just using footage. Well, first off, for copyright reasons. And second off, just because I didn't think it was a good visual thing for me, at least. Because when I kind of started to just see B-roll footage that has... It's related to what I'm saying, but it's not inherently related to what I'm saying. So like this right now, what you're seeing on this screen right here, and my webcam is either there or there, whatever it would be. This is inherently related because I'm talking about this video. Whereas it just, whatever. I just didn't like the idea of it because I usually find myself zoning out whenever I'm watching videos that just heavily use B-roll footage or stock footage because it's not visually interesting. It's something to look at, but it's not visually interesting to me. So I decided against it. But when I decided to do, first off, again for copyright reasons, I didn't want flagged. I don't want to get flagged by DW. So what I did was that I kind of just in my head, when you're doing something and in your head you just sort of call it something but never say it out loud. I decided to call it candy filter, where the colorfuls are very saturated, and there's also a vignette. Is it vignette? Whatever the thing that makes black shit on the corners of the screen sort of round like that. That's sort of what I did. It probably is vignette because it looks French, doesn't it? So it's probably vignette. I'm going to say vignette. Viginette. That sounds stupid. Vagina. But yeah, I called it candy filter. I don't know, because it kind of reminds me of an early 2000s like music video. A lot of music videos looked like that, where they had this sort of vignette. They had very tacky, saturated colors, and even the late 90s, but I wasn't alive during the 90s. So like I'm thinking of the music video for All Star, or is it Rockstar? Smash Mouth, somebody once told me. Just look at the colors in that and you'll see what I mean, and the vignette and stuff. So I kind of go, but I called it candy filter, just so that like it could be visually interesting and also to avoid copyright. So that's why it's sort of these harsh colors.
The ratio of Christians in Paraguay at the minimum is in the high 80s and even the mid 90s. The vast majority of those Christians at the minimum is in the high 80s.
And because I realized when I put these in, I mean, for all anyone knows, I just sort of haphazardly put source CIA.gov. That is, dude, if a teacher saw me source my shit like that, they'd be so disappointed, because that's not a really good source. Like, it's not a good annotation. But I just put it there anyways.
80s and even the mid 90s.
Because, I mean, they show for like 2 seconds. I mean, I don't know, but whatever.
Specifically Catholic.
And that's just Wikipedia. And again, I actually use Wikipedia a lot for pictures, just because you wouldn't have to ever run into copyright with that. There's no watermarks on Wikipedia images. And also, sometimes Wikipedia is the best visualizer for information. Like, there wasn't like a pie chart that I could look up for Paraguay's like religious statistics. There wasn't like an image for that. And again, I'm not using Wikipedia as a source, okay? It's just that I'm using it as a visual source,
This has resulted in similar dynamics for both Paraguay and
I feel the need to disclose that, because I think a lot of people think that I use Wikipedia. I don't know if they think I use Wikipedia, but I just think that if someone who's a professor would watch my videos, they'd probably think I was just using Wikipedia.
In that there's been much more pushback on the gay pride movement as a result of the strong...
Oh, and... Listen, I don't care who you are, man. These pictures are just funny to me. And I thought of putting something like funny at the bottom, but I don't know, I just kind of... But yeah, I just find these pictures funny.
Catholic influence within the two nations.
And honestly, I couldn't even tell you what that flag is, because that's not the lesbian flag. Lesbian flag has orange on it. That looks like the Sierra Leone flag. So I don't know what that is either. I don't know what that is.
Catholic influence within the two nations, in contrast to their continental counterparts. As for the most part, Europe and the Americas have been pretty pro-LGBT. Paraguay's ability to deviate itself from the rest of its neighbors reflects in its difficult relations it has with them as well. Which brings us to Box 2.
I think this is sort of where it was getting late in the day, because there's not really that much interesting visuals. Like, there's nothing creative happening.
Box 2. Which, like Box 1, this may...
Yeah, look at that sort of... That's like a pre-rendered sticker on CapCut. I just looked up Arrow.
Box 2.
But I like that it was yellow. I didn't color it yellow. It was like a sticker. And I was like, hey, that matches the color of my text, so I'm going to have it be that.
Box 1, this may be an even easier tech. As Paraguay has fought pretty much all of its...
Look at this! Look, so... Excuse me. Look at how just sort of... Because it says Paraguay has fought pretty much every neighbor at one point in time. I could have done a funny visual where I made like someone... I don't know, I could have done anything, but I just have this zooming in map. Like, yeah, this is what I would call a late in the day edit.
At one point in time. However, the most devastating war was easily the Paraguayan War.
Yeah, again, just so baseline. The paper flip noise.
Against Brazil.
If you are very observant, that's the paper flip noise that's like used in every cartoon ever. I purposely I tried to find it. Try to find the paper flip. It's also really common in South Park. But I also might just think that because that's the only cartoon I really have watched. I don't really watch any other cartoons.
At one point in time. However, the most devastating war was easily the Paraguayan War against Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina.
Oh, and originally, I'll tell you this is some trivia. I originally had the incorrect flag for Brazil here. Well, it wasn't the wrong flag. It was just the modern flag for Brazil. And then I realized, oh fuck, wait, that's not what the flag of Brazil looked like in the 1800s at all. You know, and Paraguay pretty much has the same flag. Uruguay pretty much has the same flag, and Argentina. So I just thought it was pretty inconsequential if I left it the same. But Brazil's was like more different, where I felt that it had to be different.
You know, called the Triple Alliance, ironically enough, not to be confused with the European Triple Alliance.
Now, well, see, no one's even here. But you know, if there was someone here, I would question: do you think that these are sort of fair equivalents? I didn't just choose on a whim what flags I chose to replace. I thought that.
Called the Triple Alliance.
So yeah, Brazil is the left one, sort of the most powerful one. And you have the middle one that's kind of like and then you have the one who is a bit more impactful.
Ironically enough, not to be confused with the.
And then here we go. So what do you think of that? Do you think that the equivalents are fair here? You have Germany, Italy in the middle for Uruguay, and then you have Austria-Hungary, being Argentina. What do you think? Are the roles fair for that?
European Triple Alliance.
I thought that they were pretty good equivalents. I would have to do more research though. I only did it for a visual gag.
60% of the male population in Paraguay perish as a result of the war, leading to the
Look at how cheap this.
polygamy.
Just zooming image.
Which was a tough pill to swallow for such a deep
And then this, I just found this on like some website. I don't even know where I found this.
Catholic nation. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of.
I think I literally just looked up. Is polygamy. I looked up a question I already knew the answer to. Because if I just looked up Catholic polygamy, was that even gonna show it? So I looked up a question I already knew the answer to. I knew polygamy was not something that. Well, I mean, you know that I know this because it was written in the script. I'm saying it. I do the audio way before I do the visuals if it isn't obvious. So it's not that when I say that I Googled, is polygamy allowed in Catholicism? Obviously I know the answer is no. But in order to get a good Google search result, I looked up this. So that's why, And I got that. I think I got on some like weird website. I don't even remember. It was like I don't even know. Look at how just so what's the word? Just cheap of a visual that is. That's just a pre-rendered sort of weird animation that CapCut has.
Such a deep-rooted Catholic nation. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of bad blood between the countries.
Like I could have put a political cartoon. I could have done, I could have put something interesting. I could have done anything. I just sort of showed the symbol that I used for the box too.
Leading to this very secluded society.
And just a lock emoji.
Paraguay is the only country in the Americas to have a majority of the population.
And just showing the chart.
Native, as in like Amerindian. There's so much.
Amerindian just shows it for 3 seconds.
Talk about in terms of Paraguay's interest in culture, but we should move on to Box 3, which explains more of the Triple Alliance War. Box 3. Yeah, it really cannot be stressed enough how badly this war hit Paraguay.
I mean, to be fair, what else could I have done? I mean, I guess I could have done like a baseball bat hitting. I did that once. I think it was was my Serbia? Yeah, it was my Serbia video where I said the Ottoman Empire was hit hard with treaties or something, and then I did a boom, and then I did an extra reverb donk sound.
But also losing 40% of its territory too. Just like the many territories Poland.
I mean, just showing images. I mean, just doing a photo reel, pretty much.
Of their territories in later years, but it's still not reached the size it once was.
Okay, just a pre-rendered.
Was I talking about Poland or Paraguay?
And I just haphazardly drew a fucking line on my drawing.
If it isn't obvious, this is a very easy tick, completing all the 3 boxes. So that started out pretty strong, right? Let's see if the
That's a visual I used for my East and West video.
Entry can match Paraguay, Africa, Sudan.
And I kept this as I don't know why, but I sort of liked having like a flag be a cube, and because it was like it's a CapCut pre-rendered 3D animation. So I kept using it, but I think I forgot to do it for my Papua New Guinea, and then I stopped using it.
Africa.
Because I did it for the Sudan. When the Sudan entry ends, you'll see it.
For box 1, although we don't have a perfect match for Catholicism like we do with Paraguay, this is still a strong tick in terms of religiosity. With the spread of Islam in Sudan beginning roughly around the 7th.
See, okay, so this is an early in the day. This is such an early in the day. Again, I think you're now starting to catch on what I mean by that. So I think what I did is that it was really late in the night, and I was like, okay, I have to finish the Paraguay entry, and then I can go to sleep. That's usually what I told myself. Was like, I got to get this done before I can go to sleep. And it sounds like an ultimatum, but it's also just true because that's how my brain works. Like, I can't get good sleep knowing that there's just a little sliver of shit that I could have got done. So it looks like I was just sort of rushing by this. It's just like very milk and toast edits. There we go. Let me look at that. Look at just how unevolved the editing is.
Africa, Sudan. For box 1, although we don't have a perfect match for Catholicism like we do with Paraguay, this is still a strong tick in terms of religiosity. With the spread of Islam...
And yeah, I mean, this is such a very early in the day edit. I mean, I even took the time to route... Look at the bottom one. Look at that. I made it come from... This is like roughly where like Mecca and Medina is, roughly. And then I had it literally follow the trail. And then there's sort of this trail that kind of goes off screen, off this map. I didn't even crop it that way. It's just that it just did it. So then I had to cross there into Zelia and then all the way to roughly where modern day Sudan is. I think I made it a bit too high, but it doesn't matter. And then this, I just looked up. I don't even know what I looked up, but I kind of liked it. I was just like, yeah, Arab merchant. There we go. And by the way, I hope. Let's go back to this screen.
But nothing would become official until 1504 with the Funj Sultanate.
I hope that I have accurately portrayed the Funj Sultanate. Okay, I assume that not many people know about the Funj Sultanate, and to be completely honest, I don't think many people know. Just in general about medieval African empires very much. I think it's a very underappreciated historical thing to talk about. I think it's just because of Eurocentrism, but I don't know. But I hope that I did a good job with portraying the Funj Sultanate. And because there's really not much sources, at least sources that are available to me. Again, by the way, you're talking with someone with a low budget. I don't have much of a budget. And even scholars will fully admit. In fact, there's this, what would even be the word for him? I'll just say a total class act, There's just certain people's content is just, there's just this level of class that I think is just heads above the rest in terms of production and information. And the channel that I'm referring to is this channel called Pre-Modernist. I don't even know the guy's name. I don't think he's ever even publicly said his real name. But he's an actual college-educated professor. Or actually, I don't know if he's a professor, but he has a PhD. And he's very well-read. And he's a good, storyteller, of history. And he doesn't even use very complicated visuals. That's how good he is at storytelling, that he doesn't even need to do all this flashy shit that I do because I'm not a good storyteller. I'm poorly articulated. So, all that to say is, there wasn't very much sources on the Funj Sultanate. I had to use Britannica for not all of the information, but a decent chunk of what I did for, in fact, I think this is an image to use on Britannica.com. Britannica pretty much has, people think, it's funny because Britannica is pretty much just Wikipedia. It's not, it has the same level of accuracy as Wikipedia does. When I was in elementary school and middle school, they try to indoctrinate us, never use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is horrible. It's like the devil or something. And then they would always use the tree octopus as an example of never believe what you see on the internet and stuff like that. Even though those same people are the people who believe every Facebook post that they see. Those are the same people. It's funny. I don't know what it is, but there's just a plague of AI images on Facebook, and every Facebook boomer and old Gen Xer believes that stuff. Actually, I think boomers. I don't think Gen X believes that. Gen X, I think, is way too. I think Gen X is way too skeptical. But I think boomers are way more gullible, which is funny because those were the same teachers that were, never use Wikipedia. It's like, oh, okay. But they were totally fine with us using Britannica because it almost has like this, like, this almost, it almost has this authority to it, Britannica.com. But it pretty much is just the same as Wikipedia. But yeah, the prime, either though, I was talking about pre-modernist. Like what I was saying though, this is such a huge tangent, but I was pretty much just sort of ranting about the idea of there's not a lot of widely available primary sources that you can read that doesn't have this fucking paywall behind it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And it's so frustrating when you're someone who doesn't have a budget. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not paying a subscription just to see a PDF once, okay? Because it's probably the only time I'm gonna use your fucking website. It's always like some website. Oh, use our subscription. I'm not doing a year-long subscription for using a PDF once. I'm not doing that. I don't know how to hack. I don't know how to go through paywalls, but I'm sure there's a method. It's just that unfortunately I'm not aware of it. And yeah, it's very, very frustrating if you're a small creator without a budget. It's why I really don't provide sources, because they're pretty much just Britannica and shit like that, like websites. I can use Google Scholar, but Google Scholar really isn't actually. Google Scholar's so overrated, by the way. Because you'll hear teachers say that, only get your sources from Google Scholar. Dude, you know the type of shit that goes on Google? I remember this one time, I'll never forget it. I was doing I think it was my survey video again. Because that survey was the first video that I edited all on my own, so it's gonna stick with me a lot. But when I was talking about the CAR, Central African Republic, when I was talking about Ubangi Shari, there was a war called the War of the Hoe Handle, and I think there's a couple other names for it, but that's the one that I remember the name for. And I was, for the life of me, trying to find a primary source for it. But every time I would either find a primary source, it'd be behind a paywall, or it would be in a book that I would have to purchase that I simply just don't have the funds for, unfortunately. So I ended up just having to not even mention it, even though it's a pretty big part, because the thing was, what was his name? God damn it, I can't think of the name, but the weird French-obsessed leader. Hold on. God damn it, I can't think of his name right now. I look up CAR leader and it thinks I'm looking up car leader, like in the automobile. Central African Republic leader from 19. Okay, is there a list maybe? No, it wasn't David Dacko. But I remember reading about him too. It wasn't David Dacko though. He was the first president. Who was the first he was like this French monarch guy. Francophile, maybe. Francophile. CAR, no. Central African Republic leader. Was it him? Yes, that's it. Bokassa. That's who it was. Jean Bedel Bokassa. Yeah. He was such a character. I wanted to talk about him. But it was such a side tangent that I couldn't talk about him, so, and it didn't really necessarily relate to the video. Dude, this was like probably 30 minutes of audio, and I had to chop it down to like 15. That happens a lot, where I have a lot of tangents. As if it isn't obvious, I go in a lot of tangents, and even when I'm writing a script, I evidently do a lot of tangents that are just like, wait a second, what did that have to do with anything? Like, that happens a lot in my videos, where it's just like, that has nothing to do with anything, like, at all, like, not even a little bit. I'm almost at an hour. Actually, I think I have reached an hour. No, 45 minutes. Getting there, though. Man, my mouth is so dry. Ain't that something? So, yeah, all that to say is, I'm hoping I can spread awareness to, medieval African history, because it's rarely talked about.
And a certain Amara Dunkus.
And evidence with the fact, this is the only image, or depiction, I guess, rather, of Amara Dunkus. I mean, look at this. This is like a sort of a drawing, just like an amateur drawing. This is not even professional. Look at it. I mean, this. I can't zoom in. If I zoom in like that, no, it doesn't work. But I mean, that's just. It was the only depiction I could find of Amara Dunkus.
The first ruler of this kingdom. What's interesting about the Funge is that it was a kingdom that still embraced.
So I'm talking about Funge. No, really. I was really questioning if I should even use that image, because it's like, I don't know if YouTube would have allowed me to do that. But I think it's just so low. It was so low frames that I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
To most of the surrounding regions aligned themselves with Islam or Christianity. Now, when Dunkus came he quickly converted the kingdom into an Islamic sultanate, unifying a kingdom.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
he quickly converted the kingdom into an Islamic sultanate.
Why is this so low quality? How come it wasn't so low quality? I swear, I don't know why, but it just rendered really low quality. I don't know why. It was, when I downloaded it, it was like good. It was clean. It was a clean sort of crescent and star. And it was, I don't know why.
Unifying a kingdom under one religion.
And there's not many images of the Funge Sultanate. Well, there's no images of the Funge Sultanate, but there's not many depictions of the Funge Sultanate. This is one of the few ones, and I think I got it from Wikipedia.
Wasn't widely practiced, as the Funge kingdom was still a tradition.
And this, I think I just looked up. What did I even look at? I looked up like East African art or something like that, and I liked this. And I was like, hey, look, there's like little Islamic crescent and stars, so I'll do a cool visual element. Look at you'll see.
Merely with a Muslim exterior.
Look at that, wasn't that cool?
Allowed them to align with the hugely influential merchant class, who were predominantly Muslim Arabs, and also put the region on better.
Again, this is a late. I guess I started editing that part pretty late in the day, and that's such a late in the day.
Just like how Mieszko I, who was also the first ruler of his land, too made a political
difference. Hold on, let me blow my nose. I feel it. I just hold on. My mouth is really dry, so I'm gonna hopefully get my mouth to get moistened by this sort of mint-coated toothpick floss thing. Hopefully that will get my my saliva working. That was probably gross to say. Sorry. Well, man, I should refill this because this is super low. put these back in. Yeah, this is like a really late depiction of me. This was not even remotely made during his time. Because Mieszko, he lived through like the 900s, right? So the 8th century. Wait, no, the 10th century. I always get the 900s. It's confusing because like the numbers are different when you say the century. So okay, so this is the 21st century, so it's always a number ahead. So yeah, 10th century. That's what I should have said. But it's usually too confusing. I usually just go for 900s if I'm talking about years. Either way. This was made in like the 19th century. So the 1800s. This was a painting made in the 1800s for a guy who didn't even live until the 10,000s, you know? The 1,000s? No, the 1,000s. I'm tripping myself up, but this was so long after he ever existed. So this is probably, it's a very, what would be the word? It was a very, favorable depiction of him. We have no idea what he looked like, but
Mieszko I, who was also the first
you know,
ruler of
he probably didn't look like
who
that.
made a political decision to convert his state to an Abrahamic religion as well. As like the French, Poland in practice was still very much a traditional European pagan state, and weren't really buying the whole Catholicism thing yet, at least towards the
See, so this is the one that I was talking about where I purposely put in a black square just because I thought it was funny. This was when I was looking up sort of, because I wanted to find a good image for a traditional European pagan state, and then I found this image. But before I found this image, or picture, depiction, whatever you want to say, I think this is also from Wikipedia. Yeah, this. And I just found it fun. I don't know why, but I thought it looked like sort of I thought it looked like Tucker Carlson. You know his face I always makes when it, like that mouth where he almost has like this trapezoid shape. He always looks like that. He always looks like that. And that's what the live blank reaction meme is from. That's Tucker Carlson when it's the actual meme. So let me just show you just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, Christ on a bike. There we go. I have to get out of full screen. That's the issue. So here we go. Face. Yeah, he always has this. Yeah, look. He always has a. He always has this. But you have to, like, now that you see it, it's not too far. I guess it's a bit different, but it's like not even that far off. Which is also it's worked so well. That's why I'm so happy about this meme that I made, because there was an actual thing called the pagan reaction of Poland. It was like the sort of response to when the baptism of Poland. So like here, I'll just look up pagan reaction in Poland. Yeah, so it was like this. What is in your pocket? Was this just like a Poland blog? Ah, guess it is. Actually, this might be where I got that image from. Oh no, it wasn't Wikipedia. I think it was literally this. I think this is the article I used. This is an article again, just because I used an image from an article does not mean I used the article. Because again, I write the script way before I do the visuals. So honestly, I couldn't even tell you I don't think I did use this article though. Because I didn't even mention the Polish, the pagan reaction. Yeah, look at that. Kind of reminds me of the Mississippi mounds, in America. But yeah, it's just sort of yeah. I just thought it was such a good meme. I was super happy with it. But it's this one. It's that one right here. Yeah, this one right here. And then I just stretched it out. But I thought it was funny. It looked like this one kind of looks like it too. Honestly, they all kind of in a certain way look like Tucker Carlson's face. Wait, did I get rid of it? Oh, okay, well, either way, you saw it. So that meme works so well in so many ways. Because the event was literally called the pagan reaction, and those images looked like Tucker Carlson's face. So it's like it was so perfect. And then I think there's controversy behind this image, but I used it anyways. I don't know why, but I remember there was like I don't know why there's controversy behind this picture. But I used it anyways. But I used it anyways. But I used it anyways. I said it like 3 times now. Okay, this is an early in the day sort of edit. I would have done if it was late in the day. I would have done where I sort of just have my guy point there, and then I reverse the image and have him point there. I would have just done that. So this is a late in the day. No, early in the day edit. My bad.
Religion is ultimately what aided the inception of these kingdoms. Over the years, particularly in the 1700s, Islamic values in the French Sultanate was taken more seriously.
I just zoom in there. This might have been late in the day. This might be late in the day. Because, I mean, look at that. I didn't even do an animation for that, so it might have got late in the day. Because, again, it's not like I just dedicate, like, 6 hours to editing. I mean, I have a life outside of this, if you can believe it. So, you know, there's points where I have to walk away from it or do something or do laundry or, you know, just do any old thing, any old day-to-day activity. So sometimes, you know, I'll have to put it down. And I guess when I came back from when I was doing it, it was late in the day.
Islamic values in the French Sultanate was taken more seriously as the aforementioned merchant class became more powerful.
Because this is pretty bad. I mean, I didn't even do an animation. The picture just shows up. It goes away in an animation though.
No surprise. This caused tension between the two powers, leading to infighting, civil war.
Oh, so okay. Here's what I think happened. I think I went to sleep after this. I went to sleep, and I came back, and then this is when I did the. So I think it was the last video that I was talking about. Oh fuck! I can't even remember the name of it. I went to. If it was Karaska. Fuck, what was it called? But this is a specific sword that only existed in East Africa. It was a sword, and this sword in particular, that sort of like thing that's dangling from it. You know, the PNG that I use, it makes it look like a solid object, but this is actually like it's a rope, and it's like sort of talons. Is that even the right word? I don't think that is, but it's like strings, pretty much, just strings. And it's like I think it's like body. It was somebody. There's so, you know, when someone says somebody, there is a lot of bodies in the French Sultanate. There are so many bodies. Just like how there's so many kings named Charles in Britain, there were so many bodies. Bodies spelled B-A-D-I. There were so many bodies in the French Sultanate. And this was one of the bodies' swords, and I grabbed a PNG from it. Oh fuck! What sword is it? Hold on. I'll just look up Funge sword. Funk sword. You fuck right off. I said Funge. Cascara. Yeah. So here's a better image of it. This is a sort of copper one. Let's see, who is this? Is this unreviewed content? What? No, who is this? Whose sword is this? This is somebody's sword. Yeah, it was Nazir ibn Badi the Fifth. Okay, and then yeah, so as you can see that it's the PNG that I use is not very good, but you can see here that it's a rope with sort of, I can't remember what that is called, but a cascara. That's what's. Oh, here's the PNG that I use, and then I use the chroma key to. You can see that I kind of messed up with the removing of the background. You can see how this one looks different from that one. I think, or no, I think I fucked up for both of them. Yeah, like that. There shouldn't be a white part there. Or maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this is the PNG that I used. And whose sword is this? Is this the same sword? It looks different because it's silver, not copper. But it might be another. I mean, they were all named Body for some reason. Okay, either way. Cascara, though. I'm going to try and remember that.
Civil wars and the weakened kingdom, making it more susceptible.
And that's another one of the few and far between. So this was the palace of Sonar, I think. And by the time that the artist who drew this or depicted this, it was already in ruins, because at this point the sort of the Arab merchant class kind of took over power. So the temple of Sonar was kind of in ruins.
Kingdom, making it more susceptible to being conquered. And in the 1820s, that's exactly what happened. As Egypt, with a much stronger military, with modern firepower, didn't break much of a sweat on their conquest, which was soon to be what we would know as Sudan. Which kicks off the long and complicated relationship between Sudan and Egypt. So
and I was contemplating whether I wanted to put in like sort of a disclaimer, but just sort of like a I was just going to sort of write when I said which kicks off the long history between Sudan and Egypt. I wanted to write in the modern in our modern understanding of Sudan and Egypt, because Egypt's been around forever, and the modern day people of Egypt, have had battles with ancient Egypt before, and I know that like with the Nubians. That's sort of rough. I mean, not that like but I mean, it essentially is, in a way, kind of like how not many people would disagree that the sort of the precursor to modern day Russia was the Kievan Rus, although that's kind of been debated because of the conflict with the blue and yellow flag and you can't even say that country without YouTube getting mad at you, so I'm not going to say it, but you know exactly what country I'm talking about. And the Nubians were kind of like a precursor, in a way, like a precursor civilization to modern day Sudan. Although it was a bit more. It's not that linear. It's not linear in that sort of thing. You know what I mean? I hope I explained that right. But that's what I kind of wanted to do. But I didn't know a good way to say it, so I ended up getting rid of it.
Let's move on to.
But I originally had text there saying only in the modern sense of it being kicked off, because when I say this kicks off the long in history, because you could trace the sort of rough history between Egypt and modern day Sudan to like the Nubians and the sort of old school ancient Egypt.
Box 2. Easy tip. When the Egyptians conquered Sudan, Egypt themselves were a colony of the Ottoman Empire, although this land was not treated the same as Egypt. In fact, Sudan really only ever existed to be a
when do I do the
and the borders drawn disregarding any of the
pretty
religic divides, which will be important later. But yeah, the occupation for Sudan
here we go.
Being utilized for the trans-Saharan slaves.
Okay, then that's an early in the day edit. I would have never have done that late in the night.
Now the borders
I would have just found an image.
Aren't the ones that we recognize.
Oh yeah, this is, oh my god, this is such early in the day. Did I say late in the day? I meant to say early in the day edit. This is such an early in the day edit. And look at how I also move the shot. Look at this. Look how smooth this looks. Absolutely pristine.
Now the borders, as you may have noticed, aren't the ones that we recognize yet. That won't be until the British come in and make.
Oh, then I just fuck it up. Oh no, I've recovered.
Jointly own this land now, a co-ownership of sorts. But after the decolonization of Africa, Sudan now with its borders.
Look at all these keyframes I'm doing for that. All these involve keyframes. I was very keyframey in this. Oh, then that's a pre-rendered animation. I didn't individually go through all those fonts. There's a CapCut sort of font animation, pre-rendered.
As example, with the fact that the precursor state to Mali was called Sudan too, and even the entire Sahel region was called Sudan occasionally. And that's because the word Sudan in Arabic literally just translates to land of the blacks. So the Anglo-Egyptian colonizers.
I wonder if anyone has noticed. Hold on. I wonder if anyone has noticed this. I just found this picture funny. And I sort of put this Easter egg here. Although it's so like, if you don't think to look for it, you'll never notice it.
Egyptian colonizers who confined the shape of this state took no
Surely someone noticed it.
that the south was predominantly
It's so
Christian, and the north
obvious.
was predominantly Muslim, inadvertently leading to
I haven't seen a comment for it though. I forgot that the whole point of the stream was for me to read the comments.
which for obvious
I'll get that in a second though.
neighbor that they have difficult relationships with. Which
Right now I'm kind of having a fun time doing commentary for this.
That leads me to box 3. Now, prior to 2011, Sudan was actually the largest country in Africa. But now with the splitting of the South, they've dropped to...
That's funny. So, this graphic must be, like, from 2010. Because, I mean, it's pretty good quality, though. But this graphic must have been from 2010. Because this wouldn't have been a thing. This flag would not be applied for that. Although it couldn't just be a misinformed map maker.
The largest country in Africa.
Actually, is there any other mistake? I mean, some of the shapes are a bit abstract. Like Uganda, that's a bit of a boogie shape. Wait a second. Rwanda and Burundi aren't even on this map. It's been totally wiped off. Okay. Yeah, this map actually kind of sucks. And Madagascar, why's Madagascar look so freaking weird? And look at Namibia's sort of I can't remember what that's called, but there's a name for that sort of weird border right there, and it doesn't even look like that. Why is it angled up? It's completely straight in real life. This map is weird.
But now with the splitting of
There's probably other weird things I haven't noticed, but... Wait, what did they make Egypt look like? Oh, they conveniently covered up the part that has the disputed spot. Okay.
They've dropped to 3rd place. Many of you may know that Poland back in the day specifically.
The only thing with this flag is that there's a triangle piece here, just in the same way that there's red triangles here, but you can't see it. I think you can kind of see it, like a little bit. But it's so hard to notice. And if there's flags with a white element to it, I usually put a black border around it. But you can't easily put a black border around like a flag with this kind of shape. So I ended up having to just scrap it. And
the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth was also one of the largest states in its respective continent. And it is also
this map is a commonly used map. In fact, there's a meme about it that I use later.
Was also one of the largest states in its respective continent, and it is also due to civil instability.
God, I'm talking so slow here.
Apparition Cossacks, which led to the demise.
Isn't there a speed up feature when you hold it? Oh wait, why am I doing this in full screen? I wanted to do this in theater mode. My bad.
Just today, but for more than 100 years, they were actually totally wiped off the map. Now Sudan isn't to this point yet.
I thought that when you held the mouse in, it sped up the video. Am I tripping?
It's looking like
whatever.
Sudan is actually gonna split again, or even
yeah, and I'm not saying that just for the sake of connecting it with Poland more. I do actually think that if there is a country to split again, it will be Sudan. I don't know if you've been keeping up with like the Sudanese sort of civil war that's been going on, but it kind of looks like Darfur is gonna split from Sudan. I think I got this visual from Cogito, the Irish guy.
Together as a state, just like the fate of the aforementioned
Yeah, I just totally reused the same map.
Sudan's 3rd box is without a doubt being ticked, and of course that means it's on.
There's the cube thing again, except this one's like a Rubik's cube, which I thought was super fitting because I mean that each segment has its own sort of thing. Look at that, that's pretty cool looking.
Oceania, Papua New Guinea. Box 1 is yet again an easy tip. Christianity arrived in.
Okay, here's the candy filter again.
Albert McLaren and Copeland King. And ever since then,
candy filter. In fact, actually, shout out to this documentary. In fact, I would love to just show you it real quick. I'm a big fan of documentaries. I like well-produced documentaries. From Unexplored Films. It's like this sort of British Christian. See, let's see. Hold on. Unexplored is from Steve Ramsden, based in United Kingdom, but working worldwide, very diverse ranges. Okay, so I guess he's not inherently like sort of Christian related, but this documentary here we go. This is, even though I'm not a big fan of the use of papyrus as a font there, but this is actually a really good documentary. It puts into perspective, the sort of modern, like, role. Yeah, this is a good documentary though. I really liked it. And it's well produced too. It's like it got good camera work. Actually, is this the one that I watched? I think it is. I think it definitely is. When does it get to the part that I use the footage for? Yeah, this is definitely it though. This is a good documentary. If you're a documentary nerd like me, look how niche this is, man. I'm not making it up when I say that I'm a documentary nerd. Not that I have anything to gain from, saying that I am. Look at this mad lad. He actually even puts effort into his descriptions. I mean, who even does that anymore? This guy's just a class above independent documentaries that I'm yet to see really be done too often. Usually see sort of like, you don't really find good independent documentaries anymore. It's not done too often. It's because it's not really profitable. No one really there's not much money in documentaries, People don't watch documentaries in the way that I do. It's not profitable.
Mission courtesy of Albert McLaren and Copeland King. And ever since then, the rise of the...
It was hard to get pictures of these guys.
A whopping 97% of the country's population...
Oh, and I know. I said 97, even though it says 96 on the visuals. I think I just when I wrote the script, I just rounded up, so I made it 97. But yeah, the visual shows it as 96. And I think there's another number that I say that's wrong.
Being Christian, and like Poland, having Catholicism being the largest sect. However, it's only around 30%, as PNG has one of the most diverse arrays...
Look, you can see that I clicked on that one. Hold on.
As PNG has...
I didn't know what a Seventh-day Adventist was, so when I saw it, I was just like, what the hell is that? And again, you may be thinking, well, I thought you said you didn't use Wikipedia. Sometimes there's something that just catches my eye that I'm just like, wait, what is that? I did not know what a Seventh-day Adventist was. I still really, when I read about it, I still honestly don't understand it. But it's sort of like a fringe, in my view. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a very religious person, so. But I didn't know what it was. So you can see, it is purple. Hold on. Yeah, it's the only one that's purple.
Speaking of diversity, Papua New Guinea has the most languages of any country in the whole world.
And here's the number. No, yeah, I guess I rounded up again when I wrote it, because it's only 839. But when I wrote it, I rounded up to 840. But I say roughly though. That's such a good fault. Like, so there's such a good safety net whenever you say something. Well, I said roughly.
Due to the terrain's geography being notoriously difficult to track. So it is with the collective Christian identity.
This is just late in the night edits, just showing pictures.
Moving on to box 2, just like Poland,
photo reel pretty much.
Occupied by countless entities, including Germany.
This was an interesting map, by the way. This is like an old historical map. So when it was really trendy to make map sort of shapes, there's a really famous one that is of Europe, because of course anything that's European is going to be more famous than anything else. But yeah, it's hold on, it's like European character map, and it's like from the, let's say, it must be from either it's the late 1800s or the early 1900s. No, it's not. Okay. See, I say famous, but now I'm going to have a hard time finding it. God damn it, man. Okay, European... European... How about drawings? Cartoons, maybe. Cartoons... European cartoons map. No. God damn it. Okay, let's try 1900s. Let's see how that goes. Oh, okay, yes, all right, yes, this is it. Antique humor. Is it literally from 1900? Yeah, that's because it was like the octopus arms of Russia. Yeah, I guess they did it a lot, but it was really trendy to sort of make, before they had country balls, this was sort of the way to make cartoons out of, there's actually a lot of different, this one's not the one that I'm aware of. Like, they made the Scandinavians dogs. They actually, they did this a lot more than I thought they did. I think this is the one that I'm aware of. This was 1870, does it? Oh, no, it says 1940. I don't know why it's... No, wait, this isn't the one either. God, how many times did they do this? They did this, like, all the freaking time. The one that I was thinking about using was it this one? I think it was this one. No, this isn't it either. What's the one that I know about? Maybe it's this. This is it. I think. I don't know. I need to open it. No, see, God fucking hell. What have I done? Open image in new tab. Yes, this is the one that I was aware of. This is the one that I downloaded that I was thinking about using, but I ended up... Actually, no, wait, what? No. Why would I have used this? I think I just downloaded it for my own sake. Not on this user, but on the other user, because there's different users on this, There's different users on this computer. And the one that I edit videos on is my other user. But it's just me. It's just both me. But yeah, this is the one that I was aware of. And they always make Russia look like the bad guy. Isn't that funny? That's interesting. They made Denmark orange, and they made Netherlands yellow. I would have done... And they made Britain blue. The colors are interesting for this. And look, they did two different turkeys. They did like European turkey, and then they did I think that's Asiatic turkey. What language is this? This must be is this German? Oh, I think this is Dutch. Yeah, this is Dutch. This isn't German. This is Dutch. Deutschland. Look at how it's spelled. It's not with an E, it's with an I. I should have known that when I saw the way they spelled Reich. That's the Dutch way of spelling Reich. And Zwart. Okay. And look, they even showed the Greek, even though Greece was not independent when this was made. Yeah, 1870. This was the one I was looking at. How come when I clicked on it, it showed me something different? It showed the 1914. So when I click on this, look. Oh, no. Okay, I'm tripping. Either way, that was the one I was aware of. What is such a side tangent? See, this is how I get screwed over. Whenever I'm editing videos, this is what I do. I always get sidetracked. I'll see an image and I'll be like, that's interesting. It's a shame because I actually am interested in what I'm talking about. So it makes my editing really slow. But yeah, this is a very common thing to do. Was to make. So this is meant to look like a bird. I'm not sure what bird, but I imagine it's sort of like a pheasant type bird, or maybe a bird that's endemic to Papua New Guinea, or just the New Guinea island, Papua, whatever you would want to call it. And this is the Dutch side. This is where the head of the bird is. You can see that was meant to be the tail. This is sort of the feet. False cape. There's false capes all over the place. Bismarck archibald. I don't know what these are meant to be. Are they meant to be like the dandruff of the fucking bird? I don't even know. But I just thought this map was interesting, so I used it. And also, it makes the German and English side of it very obvious, which is what I was trying to write home about when I said that Papua New Guinea was, occupied by many countries.
Britain, Japan, and Australia.
And look at how I don't even have an animation for these. Although I say it so quickly that I don't even think I could have fit an animation in.
By countless entities, including Germany, Britain,
Japan,
and Australia.
and Australia. Yeah. Look how quick. And this I got from Wikipedia. Sometimes Wikipedia is just the only place you can get a weird niche map for.
Really. However, only one of these is actually their neighbor, Australia.
And, you know, whether those maps are accurate or not is better than nothing. Something's better than nothing, you know.
And they actually get along pretty well with each other.
This is that's such a early in the day edit. I would have never spent the time to do the keyframes for that late in the night.
Only one of these is actually their neighbor, Australia. And they actually get along pretty well with each other, diplomatically at least. So, is this box still a tick? Well, yes, because of Indonesia. Now, Indonesia is a multi-continental country, having most of its territory in Asia, and having its Papuan territory. I pretty
much explained that in the almost exact same way in my Kazakhstan video.
But if it wasn't for the Cold War, this maybe would have never even been the case.
Now, not the Cold War part, but just the fact that Indonesia is a multi-continental country.
Sum it up very briefly. During a time when every Western nation was terrified of unaffiliated countries going communist, the U.S. intervened.
I use that map, and I even use the same animation too, where I make it fade in in my East and West Alliance video.
Unaffiliated countries going communist. The U.S. intervened by aiding the incorporation
to
be independent.
Shouldn't there be a roof here? Shouldn't there be a roof? Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, JFK being in a convertible is not a good sight. That usually doesn't end well. I couldn't just let this image be here without putting some sort of witty caption. So I just sort of hit. Again, no one's commented about it, so I don't think anyone's noticed it. But this is sort of. So this is a combination of two bits. First off, the that's from Clone High. Whoever voice acted JFK always made him go you know, for supper, I wanna party platter. And then, shouldn't we have a roof here? Is for when Irish comedian. He's not Irish, he's like a Irish he's got a super Irish name. It's like Sean fucking hell, I can't think of the name of him. He's blown up in popularity super, and he also has another Irish buddy, an Irish American buddy. He has another super Irish last name. I can't fucking think of the names right now. But they were on Joe Rogan. And the one guy... Oh, come on. How would I look it up? Damn it. What? Hold on. It just came to me. I didn't even need to look it up. Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker. Yeah, look at this. The most Irish American names you could ever get. Particularly Shane Gillis. I mean, that's such an Irish fucking name. But yeah, Shane Gillis. He when he was on Joe Rogan, when Shane and Matt were both on Joe Rogan, Shane did this impression of JFK that I still quote to this day, where it's, shouldn't there be a roof here? Shouldn't this car have a roof? I just say it all the time. Shouldn't there be a roof here? For just like the most random things, I'll just say, shouldn't there be a... Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Loyalty to the Western Bloc. Courtesy of the UN, the only parties that were consulted on the agreement...
Yeah, the UN, what a great little bunch of lads they are.
Indonesia and the Dutch. The native Papuans were not seen as a relevant party.
Now,
there you
why
go.
would Indonesia like this land?
So this image I've been using for ages.
The native Papuans were not seen as a relevant party.
Now,
This image I've been using for ages. It's probably like one of my second videos I use this image of this guy who's thinking. And again, this part of it though is just I just used Google Slides It's the same thing. You know what I'm thinking like that when I drew the thing on my face? We're going, that's the same speech bubble, except it doesn't have the the things connecting to it.
Why would Indonesia like this land? It's not like West Papua is a gold mine of resources or anything.
Yeah, and if it isn't obvious, I put a voice filter on I put a high-pitched voice filter on my thing, because I usually, whenever I'm doing the voice of someone else, I usually do that.
Except
This graphic took ages for me to do. I was pretty proud of that. This isn't a pre-made graphic. Like, if you just look up, West Papua ? You're not going to find it. I made this from scratch, which was it's tough, and in fact, you can see where I kind of messed up. The hard part wasn't putting the thing, because I knew what to do. I just looked up a transparent ? And then what I did is that I put the Papuan flag behind it, and then I just put the red star in there, or the white star with the red background in it. And then the hard part was then getting rid of the background again. So that's why you can sort of see that part there.
Except that's exactly what it is. As the biggest gold mine is in Grasberg, West Papua.
I made it seem like as if Grasberg was like a place in West Papua. It really isn't. It's a mountain. Or it's like a I think when you look it up it says geographical feature, but it's like a mountain. It's not really a mountain anymore though, is it? I mean, it's kind of like just this giant crater, man-made crater. But I made it sound like as if it was a place. It would be like saying Grand Canyon, USA. You can't live in Grand Canyon. You can live in a place that has the Grand Canyon. I guess there's sometimes, like Niagara Falls, you can live in Niagara Falls, like Niagara Falls, New York. So, it's not that bad of a mistake, but I made it sound like as if Grasberg was like this place in West Papua, but it isn't. I think it's officially... Actually, where is it in? I don't know, actually. I can't remember. That's a huge mine, though. I mean, look how big that is.
So as you can imagine, with the West Papuans feeling taken advantage of, an armed militia called the OPM was formed.
It's late in the day, edits.
Indonesian military still
so the interesting thing about this, because, when you look up modern-day armed conflicts, images can get very graphic very quickly if you look hard enough. And, I don't want to get demonetized. And I also don't like looking at those pictures, just in general. In fact, there's an interesting thing that I want to say about this. But I looked up just, because I can't just show people fighting, like, on things. So I did a symbolic way of fighting, which is these are Indonesians burning a West Papua flag. And then these are OPM members tearing up an Indonesia flag. Now, I think what's very symbolic about this one's kind of less. It's just kind of burning a flag, which is not like, there's nothing new about that. But what's interesting about this is that, as legend goes, in the, I can't remember what hotel it was, but there was a hotel where two Indonesian students, or just young Indonesians, tear up the Dutch flag. Because if you don't know, before Indonesia was called Indonesia, it was called the Dutch East Indies. It was a Dutch colony, as the Dutch do. And, we associate the Dutch with orange, but, their flag isn't actually orange, And as the legend goes, is that someone tore off the blue part of the Dutch flag, and that's why the Indonesia flag is red with white at the bottom, because when you tear away the blue part of the Dutch flag, that's what it looks like. And it's interesting that they're tearing up the Indonesia flag, because it's like, hey, you did that to them, and that's how we feel about you, So it's more than just what meets the eye here. It's actually like a historical sort of thing that's happening. Again, huge tangent. Sorry about all the huge tangents, by the way. Also, but this event was covered by that Australian journalist who got bombed by the Australian government. I think his channel's called Friendly Geordies, and I think Critical talked about him for some reason. I don't even know why, but Critical, yeah, he talked about him. And yeah, there's that. Oh, we have 2 viewers. It doesn't look like anyone's commenting, but hey, if you want to comment, you can, or not comment, chat. That's the word I was thinking of.
Illegally crossing over the border into Papua New
Cheap
Guinea.
animation there.
Unifying West Papua with
Wait, not full screen. Good Christ, I keep doing that. There we go, theater mode.
Because most people think that PNG would prioritize the rights of the West Papuans.
Okay, you know what? I think you've gotten enough commentary. I think I want to start sort of reviewing the comments, because that was the initial plan. But then, I mean, how much have I been doing this for? I mean, I've been doing this for pretty much an hour now. Oh my god. So yeah, we have the person who commented was like one of the first people to comment on it. I think it's because people get notified when they get added, which I didn't realize. But there's unless they had a way of figuring out how much, but I don't know. But yeah, this is like the first comment I got. Okay, the person left. Well, I kind of do want to finish doing the commentary. I felt the need to not commentary because the whole point of this video. But let's just wait. No, not full screen. Here we go. Sorry. Let's keep going.
But PNG are no saints themselves. In fact, a nearly identical situation is happening with Bougainville, which leads me to box 3. As the largest copper mine has been the source of conflict too. But
so here's the pause click sound effect again.
Now I've already talked about Bougainville.
And that's when I realized, oh wait, didn't I use the pause button for that?
In my Serbia video and compared it to Kosovo.
Look at that. I put look at the strategic placement of that.
Getting ahead of myself. Now,
it's in theater mode, so actually I'm going to do it in this mode so it can do it better.
The West Papuans rather than Indonesia are. But PNG are no saints.
How come when I...
In fact, a nearly identical situation is happening with Bougainville, which leads me to box 3.
Okay,
now,
skip ahead again.
In my Serbia video.
Yeah, look at that. So when I show it, it pulls up the iCard instantly, which I timed perfectly, by the way, on the YouTube Studio app.
Compared it to Kosovo.
Actually, no, app. I did it on my laptop. I don't even think you can use that. I don't even think you can do that on mobile. Let's go back to theater mode, though.
Currently under the occupation of Papua New Guinea, and is set to be independent in the near future, courtesy of a landslide referendum.
Yeah.
So admittedly, this
Wikipedia again. Wikipedia coming in clutch. This is the same picture that I used for my Serbia video.
Been no official changes to the map yet, but regardless, this is set to be one of the most significant border changes since South.
It says I have 2 viewers again. If you're here right now, how you doing?
Have to do with the fact that, well, Bougainville really should have never been a part of PNG to begin with. But also the straw that really broke.
Yeah, this is okay. This is such an early in the day edit. I would have never have dared to do an edit like this late at night. But yeah, I did because I initially, well, at first I wrote it. I didn't think that I was going to do something extravagant like this visual-wise. But when I wrote it, I initially wrote, I mean, if it isn't obvious, I initially wrote the real phrase, which is the straw that broke the camel's back. But then I realized, wait a second, well, I mean, what do camels have to do with Papua New Guinea? So I just thought, well, what would be an animal, or maybe Bougainville, either way. So I thought of an animal that might be the closest equivalent to like a camel or something. I was like, well, why not do the dugong? It's sometimes called the sea cow. Not that a cow has to do with a camel, but it's like hooved animals that carry things. So I don't know. And then instead of a straw of hay, I did an actual drinking straw, because I know that that's like a political issue too, that people talk about, like, oh, save those turtles, don't use straws or something like that. So I had a straw float in the ocean, and I mean, this wouldn't kill a fucking plastic straw landing on a back of a dugong. It wouldn't even happen because it wouldn't sink like that. It would be floating like that. But I thought it was just a funny visual thing that I could do. And then if you're really observant, this same sort of water backdrop, not with the effect, because thankfully CapCut had a good effect for that.
Really
It's such a short X-Men. Yeah. Oh, come on. I can't even pause it in the right time.
But also the straw that really broke.
But yeah, thankfully at CapCut, I think it was called just pool reflection, like a swimming pool reflection. But this particular, like the backdrop, is when I said the word deep dive in my high storytime video, the rabbit hole of high storytime channels, and where I said, let's take a deep dive real quick, and then, I got rid of my avatar though. I didn't keep him. But that's the same thing, and the graphic is actually so good that it literally looks like these are waves, which is not intentional. It's a still image. I can't believe how well it looked. Oh, and the person left. The person left.
And it's still the largest reserve of copper. It has not been in operation since
again, candy filter again.
What is often called the Bougainville Civil War. Thankfully, though, the conflict was.
How come it doesn't do it anymore? When I hold in, it doesn't speed it up.
Most of the current conflicts are now settled through diplomatic means. So not exactly the same as West Papua, but the similarity.
The reason why that sounded weird.
So not exactly.
Exactly. It wasn't actually. Because a lot of times you'll hear me do that, where I'll sort of be talking, and then I'll just sort of jump like that. And that's because I usually took a pause because I probably lost my spot when I was reading the script, so I had to chop it up closely. But in that moment, my finger actually brushed against the mic. So when I said exactly, it went like that. And so and it was really like loud, so I had to get rid of it. But that's why it sounds like that. Not exactly, because before I say the word exactly, I brush my finger against the mic and it goes like that. Literally, that's how loud it was.
The same as West Papua, but the similarities are definitely there.
And then that's a good old meme right there.
I still think this tick is warranted. And with that being said, it's on to the final entry. Asia, Philippines.
Now, if you're really observant, you'll notice, and I'm actually happy they did this, because when I first used this, again, if this isn't obvious, this is from Wikipedia, these globes. So, in fact, let me show you. Let me just show you that. Come on. Sure, we can use this. But what does the ad blocker not work for? Let's show Asia. Where is the Asia entry? Oh, it's like towards the end because it's Japan. Yeah.
For box 1, Japan's ability to fight against powers that are seemingly.
Where's Japan? Okay, there. No, here we go. Look. Oh wait, no, it's already the correct one by now. Damn it. So, let me just do the Serbia one, because I knew in the Serbia one it was something I noticed. Let's do that. Oh, the ads. Oh wait, no, the ads didn't show up. Okay. Asia will be here. Come on.
Are pretty good fit, and I imagine not many of you expected to hear that Russia's gotten involved with Africa.
Okay.
But either way, let's move on to the next one. Asia.
So look at this. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see the difference? What's different here? The difference is that West Papua is not included in the modern one, but in the old one, West Papua is. And I was like, I literally went, and I'm not just joking. I'm a geography guy. I mean, just take my word for it, Why do I have to feel the need to defend myself? I'm not an idiot, okay? I notice this shit. I'm a geography nerd. This is the type of stuff I notice, all right? When I used this globe for my survey video, I was like, wait a second, they include West Papua. That's not right. That doesn't make sense. And you may say, oh, well, they just use the geographical, because everyone would say that Indonesia is an Asia country, so they just use all Asia's borders. Well, then that's the case, then why is Russia split up? Because they don't include this part of Russia, so it's not a valid argument. So I always knew this was wrong, and thankfully someone fixed it. Again, this is Wikipedia. This is why I don't use Wikipedia. You know, even the maps can be wrong on Wikipedia. Again, this is what I meant when I said earlier, people aren't just saying that they don't like Wikipedia just because it's trendy. I feel like I've heard some people say that who really don't there was this one friend that I was talking to. It's just like, I think people just say that they don't like Wikipedia because it makes them sound more valid or something. It's like, no, there is genuinely a lot of stuff that Wikipedia gets wrong, including images. Okay. But sometimes it's just a matter of, well, better to have something than nothing, because, you know, there's really no widely made globe that just highlights all of one continent. So I just had to stick with it. But I knew that it was wrong, even when I was making it. I wasn't just, I didn't just, you know what I mean? But now that they fixed it, I'm happy they did.
Box 1 is an easy tip.
Sorry about that tangent. Again, everything that I've been doing is tangents. Just tangent, tangent, tangent. Candy filter, vignette, Al Jazeera.
Portuguese explorer who was the first to ever circumnavigate the globe. Or how about Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, Spanish conquistador who was the first governor general of the archipelago, who established the church as the nation's central religion.
Late in the day edits. Look at that. I mean, just so uncreative. Just, photo reel.
The role that Catholicism currently plays in the Philippines.
I guess there's really not much I could have done with that, I suppose.
Both countries share an aim for social conservatism.
Here's some early in the day edits, though.
For Poland, you have the pushback on the LGBT movement, which I brushed upon.
And that,
for Poland, you have the pushback on the LGBT.
And this sort of animation that's being done here is, an animation from CapCut. It's one of the pre-rendered text animations. And it was colorful, and it's like, that works because I'm talking about LGBT stuff. So I was just like, I'll use the colorful one.
Which I brushed upon in the Paraguay entry.
And then I kind of fucked up with the. Good Christ! I go back 5 seconds, and it always goes back super far. Look at, you see how the brush still is like, yeah. I kind of fucked up there.
In the lesser regions of Poland. And I imagine that you can infer with that information that same-sex marriage isn't recognized either.
And the same colorful thing.
The Philippines, however, is
and then
recognized either, and the same is true.
It's just, I mean, this animation was a bit booky, I must say. Like, the way I just sort of have the text stay. Like, that's just kind of visually not pleasing. I mean, look at that. And then I fixed it later. In the other one, I do the animation a bit better.
As far as the government is concerned, the pushback still stands firm, and will likely for many years to come. As you have to consider the fact that not only has same-sex marriage not been legalized, but they're also yet to even legalize divorce.
I was really hesitant to talk about this because I thought YouTube would get mad at me talking about this. I don't know why, but I just thought that YouTube would be like, no, you can't talk about that. I don't know.
Other Western progressive movements that have also been met with resistance would include abortion too. For the Philippines, it's completely illegal, and for Poland.
See, now that's a way better animation than the last one. I should have done it like that on the first one, but I didn't think to do it like that. But this is a way better way that I did it. So with the Philippines one, it's the blue with the red, and then the transition from the white to the red it's a way better. I should have made it be like that on the first one, but I didn't feel like changing it, so I kept it that way.
Head honcho of the West is the United States, and with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, maybe it was them who were a step ahead all along. Regardless, the outspoken nature of
that was just cheap. I made just the classic flip, and then I'm just pointing at the flags. I didn't really have an idea as what to do with that.
Regardless, the outspoken nature of the Philippines with its interconnection with the church and state has feasibly led it to being an outcast among its Asian counterparts, which segues us into Box 2. To being an archipelago, we're going to have to include maritime borders here. And let's look at those borders, shall we? Oh my goodness.
That sound effect will never be unfunny to me. Oh, somebody, oh. I was contemplating on keeping the somebody, but I ended up getting, because it overlapped with when I was saying stuff. Oh, I accidentally muted it.
Every
Oopsie
country
daisy.
here. What is that?
Oh, let's hear it one more time.
Let's just look at those borders, shall we? Oh my good God. What is that? Yes.
Oh yeah, and Swallow Riff. Swallow Riff.
The map of species.
Oh man.
Pretty much every country listed here has a difficult relationship with the Philippines for this very reason. But as you can imagine, the main one is China.
It shouldn't even be that funny. It doesn't even really make sense, but it just still sounds funny.
China serving as Poland's Russia, and Japan serving as Poland's Germany.
Ooh, I was so convinced that people would have an issue with me talking about that. Or not talking about that, but just because I kind of just sort of baselessly say it, you know? I could just say, oh yeah, China was like Poland's Russia. And then Japan was kind of like Poland's Germany. And I guess people just sort of rocked with it. But I was really thinking people would be like, based off of what? These are just vibes. But I guess actually people were like, you know.
Which is really fitting, because both of those parallels were allies during World War II. So it's also accurate with really...
And I'm surprised. I was expecting to come and be like, oh, but what does World War II have to do with anything?
World War II. So it's also accurate within the timelines, too. Yeah, with Poland and the Philippines, they both definitely have the aspect of being the punching bag of their continent.
And yeah, this is just a sped up. It's still, even though it's hard to tell, this also has the candy filter. I've raised the saturation. The original footage of this is like a dull sort of thing. His boxing gloves don't look that red in the actual footage.
They have no real allies. The few allies they do end up having just end up trying to conquer them later, and that could be even applied to allies.
And that's a meme from a game that I don't even play. I've never even played that game in my life. I just know about the meme about it, where it goes.
The few allies they do end up having just end up trying to conquer them later.
I couldn't think of like a visual to do for conquering, so I just picked that. I don't even know if that has to do with conquering, but I mean, come on. Yeah, I imagine it does.
And that could be even applied to the president, too.
Yeah, and oh man. I really wanted to talk about him further, but it wasn't really relevant to what I was talking. I mean, but I ended up having to chop out a lot. But I talked about him for a bit in my original cut of this, but I ended up I just chopped it out because, I mean, it would have been like an 18-minute video if I didn't chop out all the stuff about him.
So with all that being taken in consideration...
But yeah, if you don't know about Ferdinand Marcos, then I suggest you look into him. He's quite the character. Quite a strange period in Philippine history.
This box is definitely a tick. Let's move on to the final box. Box 3. So the thing with the Philippines is that...
And yeah, this is a Emperor Tiger Store, which he kind of has a reputation for, messing up with these, Because, I mean, there have been a couple of Emperor Tiger Star map videos that I've seen that was just like, well, that's just wrong. But, again, it's just for visual stuff.
They actually had most of it...
But hey, I get stuff wrong too, so, it's whatever.
Border changes be in the positive sense. Unless, of course, we talk about maritime borders with the Spratly Islands. Then yeah, it's not looking too favorable for them at the moment. But with all due respect, those islands pale in comparison.
Yeah, this is the exact same map as because it's such a commonly used map. That's why I kept on using it, because it's sort of like a if you know you know type thing. Because that map is so often used. Where did I use it? I used it like twice. I think I used it. Yeah, right here. How come the preview showed it? Okay, there we go. And yeah, and then I use it again, but I use the meme version. I use the meme version of it. Here. It'll be in here in a second.
Unless, of course, we talk. But with all due respect, those islands pale in comparison.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I want this to be obvious that it's a meme, because I mean, if it isn't already up, I mean, fucking Earth is one of the things. But I also wanted to add a sound effect for extra comedic effect.
Long list of territories that Poland has lost over the years.
I think it would be pretty insulting if someone thought that this wasn't obviously a joke when I put this in here. This isn't a meme that I made, by the way. This is a meme that's, been used all over the place.
So this box is a tick, but definitely not a strong one. It makes one wonder if this will hinder its chances of being the #1 pick.
Because it's time to...
Well, I know who's going to be at the bottom, and that's Sudan.
So here's an interesting thing about that voice effect. I think it's called vinyl effect on CapCut. I think it was my Kazakhstan video is, for some reason it wasn't working. Like the voice effect wasn't working. When I selected the voice effect for vinyl, it didn't change the voice. So I was like, well, what the hell? So, but then it randomly decided to work again, so I used it again. But I think in my Kazakhstan video, and then in my Finland video, I didn't use it when I said it's time to rank the countries. But my intention was always to have the voice effect.
Well, I know.
And if you're wondering why do I make myself so tiny,
because it's time to rank.
I don't know. It's just something I decided. I was just like, well, what if I make myself really tiny? So I did.
Well, I know who's going to be.
And then it gets the well thing again.
Since it was the only country without a Catholic presence, which I know wasn't a requirement in the criteria, it just said religious. It didn't specifically say Catholic. But when I rank them, I gotta start getting.
And honestly, there's nothing I could comment about. Oh, actually, I guess I could comment right here. So, CapCut, since it's such a cheap. Oh, Dumpling Soup is here. Dumpling Soup is here. How long have you been here for? Did you just come in here? Yeah, I'm doing a commentary on my own video. Isn't that creative? It's about to be over in a sec, but what I was going to say though is, since CapCut is such a cheap editing software, it was actually, my computer was lagging so bad on any visual that I did. So this was, I honestly had it was a total mystery to me as to how this was going to look. I just put a bunch of keyframes and I kind of just made the flags go all over the place. I was trying to make them look sort of like that kind of motion, but I mean, look at this. Look at that. Look how shitty that looked.
The America themselves in the top spot. That's the nickname for Paraguay, alright? Because
and that picture was just from a website, a random website. Look at that. Look at that. You can see this sort of random white part. I didn't crop the image right.
Whole series so far. If you agree or disagree.
All right, and then that's it. That's the end of the video.
My picks, let me know in the comments. I also stream on YouTube.
Ah, get out. Get out. Oh, it's because I'm in theater mode. I'm tripping. Okay, yeah. The point of this video was that I was going to read the comments. Does that sound like a good idea? Dumpling Soup? I don't know. I've never done a live stream before after one of my videos was uploaded. Let's see. Actually, let's reload this. Oh, it's because I'm in full screen. That's why nothing's showing. Okay, there we go. I'm tripping. If I hit reload, has the views gone up? Get out.
How would you describe Poland? I describe it.
Oh, well, YouTube just realized it went up. It's been like that for a while, though. It should say 14.5, but I guess it hasn't noticed that yet. Oh, we already have comments that have reached... oh, my, they want me to do Lithuania next. Okay, I haven't read any of these comments. I only read this one because, I mean, I think this is a girl. So I gotta say she, if that's a safe bet, judging by the profile picture. But, yeah, I mean, she posted this instantly. Like, as soon as I uploaded this, she commented that. And then the rest of these I haven't read yet. So I'm gonna start reading them now. So this one, can I, is there a way to get rid of, like, all this shite? Or does it have to, maybe I could just zoom in. Yeah, there we go, let's do that. Yeah, they don't get cut off, okay. Let's do it full screen. Oh, that's better. Wait, no. There we go. Dumpling Soup. So yeah, we have this, I mean, yeah, and then in conclusion, if your country starts with P, there's a 75%. Yeah, okay, so I did notice that, and that wasn't intentional. It's just that it's so hot. Yeah, so you have Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, and then you have, well, Sudan. And it's funny because I also put Sudan at the bottom. So none of that was intentional. And maybe there's like this sort of psychological aspect where I thought that the countries that start with P were more fitting, but I think it just was a coincidence that was the case. Who did someone reply to that? No, wait. That's actually kind of true. What is it? What is with mapper? What is a mapper, man? I don't understand what every person. There's so many comments I get from channels that are called mapper or mapping, and as far as I'm concerned, it's just like it's YouTube Shorts where they just show statistics on a map and music that's not related. Cool. Do you know about mapping content? Dumpling soup there? It's hard for me to take you seriously when you have a username like that. But XM Mapper. Let's see what this guy makes. Hold on. Let's get a full screen real quick. Let's see what he makes. Yeah, and it's exactly what I thought. It's shorts, and they're gonna be. See, I don't. What are the point of these videos? Wait, I need to mute this because I'm gonna get mute. Okay. Whew, that was close. YouTube is so picky with copyright. If you play even a millisecond of a copywritten song, they're just like not viable for monetization. But yeah, I don't understand the point of these videos. Like you don't gain any information in my opinion from these videos at all. What are the comments? This is a really good and look, they're all just fucking mapping people. Swiss cinnamon mapping. What is this? Someone made a mapping video on one of my videos without even me. I had no contribution to it. They just did it one day. No. You said no? So you don't know about these? And I don't want to be mean, but I think that you're really only... I think only really young kids like these videos. And one day I want to make a video on country balls and how shit they are, but that I don't think will go over well. And I think a lot of people are just going to think that I'm just being a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian. I don't understand the point of these. I really don't. It's just showing stats on a map. And it's like not even like hard to find stats. They're like well-known stats. Okay, let's go back. Sorry. And then Lithuania. That I might do that. I don't know. I have a lot of other ideas in mind. It's an army. What, like an army of like mappers? Yeah, I'll show you the one that like someone literally made a mapping video. A mapping video. I mean whatever that is. You know, like mapping. I can't believe that's like they just created a verb, mapping. It doesn't. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. They just made it up. You know, like this isn't like an old school sort of age of exploration mapper, because a real mapper was someone who like navigated like the borders of land. You know, like or the coastlines of land. You know, but now mapping just means like rehash stats on a fucking like. Mercator projection map, and he added me. He gave me credit, and he actually complimented me. So fair enough. But yeah, right here. Look at this. He didn't even tell me about this. He just, yeah, he used me as a source. There's some copywritten music that I'm not gonna play, but and it's just. He just puts my video, like what I chose for, you know, the places, and he just puts the flags on the map, and then, you know, it's just so strange. But I had nothing to do with this. He just did this on his own, and it doesn't even have. It has 3,000 views. That's not even like, you know. Like, that's not even a low amount of views. How come when you look up your own self, it doesn't even show the thumbnails correctly? That's weird. Mapping. It just doesn't make sense. What is it? They just made something up and now it's a genre. Of what? What even... Are people a fan of that? Like, I don't get it. I disagree with the Poland being the Poland of Europe. Is this like a meme? Real Norway looks more Poland than Poland. Yeah, Poland is the Poland of the universe. I have to agree with you. I think there's just, I don't know. That might be a meme, I think. Now do the... Why are all the comments on these edited? I mean, look at it. Look how many edited... Edited. There's so many edited comments on my videos. So I guess people write stuff and then they change it. Now do the Philippines of each continent. Probably not. Because that would pretty much just be the same as doing the Poland of each continent. Right? Culturally distinct from most of its neighbors, that could be applicable to Poland. Has a large diaspora of its people across the world. Again, there's a lot of Poles all over the place. Allied with a large country in another continent and has conflicts with a large neighbor. Yeah, are they referencing the U.S. there for Philippines? I imagine so. Yeah, I guess that couldn't really be applied to... yeah, that couldn't really be applied to Poland. Yeah. Okay, so fair enough. That would pretty much be the only altering aspect, though. I'm trying to think of who would even be... And then, let's see what replies. I don't... See, I'm scared to even say that, because YouTube does not like when you even mention this place. But that actually is really accurate. But I wouldn't dare to ever do that, because that would just get... that would just pretty much instant shadow ban. I just drank soup. Yeah, you drank dumplings. Yeah, you drank the whole dumplings just in one whole ball. You didn't even chew it. You're just like glug, glug, glug. Don't make a gif out of what I've just done, by the way. I shouldn't have done that. Wait, you got a point. He does. He does have a point. Almost hungry. Yeah. Basically Poland again. Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Bro, read. Yeah, the two... those are pretty much, you could just say for Poland, and then the third one, yeah, is where it differs. Korea could be an honorable mention as another Poland of Asia, except for them... Oh, dude, my short list for Asia was so big. I considered Armenia. Yeah, I considered South Korea. I'm assuming that's what they mean when they say Korea. Afghanistan was another one that I considered. I even considered Iraq. Who else did I consider? Oh, Cambodia. Vietnam. I considered Vietnam for quite a while. In fact, I think that was my initial pick when I was writing the script, and I realized, nah. So then I changed it. Okay, let me read the rest of this, though. Mention as Poland of Asia, except for them not being as religious nor being a unified state. Well, those are pretty big factors that kind of disqualify it from being Poland. Also, PNG, now both Serbia. Oh, we got a observant lad here. So this guy has seen my Serbia video before. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to happen a lot, where PNG is going to be the blank of whatever, because Oceania does not have many picks. PNG, Forgotten Slavic State in Oceania. And it really is, it's crazy how interactive these comment sections are for my video. For a channel of my size, the fact that I get this much interaction for a channel with only 4,000 subs is pretty impressive, you must say. Not to brag, but that pretty much is just bragging. The Philippines was at one point bordering Malaysia during what used to be British Malaya. It bordered the Sultanate of Sulu, which owned Sabah. Sabah was taken by the British, and because of that, Philippine-Malaysian relations do have a little bitterness, partially due to this reason. Yeah, but the thing, I couldn't really make a compare. I only wanted to bring stuff up that could have had a comparison with Poland, you know. Because it's not that this isn't true, it's just that it wouldn't be relevant to, like, Poland. You know, there wouldn't what could you even... yeah, I mean, there's not even a similar situation with Poland in that regard. I guess you could maybe say, no, it doesn't work. And it also still exists. Because I'm thinking of that little sliver of Russia right above Poland that's disconnected from the rest of the strip. It means you're a good streamer. Well, it means I make good YouTube videos. I'm not a good streamer, okay? These are comments from my, well, wait, hold on a second. Didn't you come from my, Poland video, I thought? Or did you just stumble across the stream naturally? Because I got the understanding that you came from my Poland video. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm that great of a streamer. I kind of just do this just to do this. But I think my video making skills are better than my streaming skills are. Because my streams get like no comments and no interaction, and I only have 23 subscribers on this channel. And they get like less than 100 views each video. So I don't agree with what you said. I'm not a good streamer, dude. But thanks for pity saying that. But yeah, so it's interesting that someone noticed that. Let's see what people replied. Technically, just partially because the other parts of Brunei Sultanate and the ones that gave the other half for help fought against the Spain. Whoa, okay, whoever wrote that is not a native English speaker. Because the Spain, alright, I'm a Filipino, and no! There was no Philippines before the Spanish colonized the country. Northern Borneo was a gift from Brunei to the Sultanate of Sulu. The Spanish only exerted mediocre influence in the region while the authority was still largely from the Sultanate. Northern Borneo was leased to the Brits, but the Americans took full control of the Sulu. Of course, this was after the Spanish's defeat in the Spanish-American War and asserted sovereignty. The treaty, the Sultanate of Sulu and the British Empire. Oh man, how long is this comment? Was voided. Okay, so he's pretty much just ranting. There's really not much I can say about that. As a Filipino who likes Polish culture and history, another edited comment. Why is everyone? Wait, how come I can? Oh, they literally like 15 hours ago edited. So they tell you. So he edited it right as after he posted it. I searched up Gorilla Tag playing. Wait, what? I searched up Gorilla... Wait, what? I searched up Gorilla Tag. What the fuck is Gorilla Tag? Gorilla Tag playing with viewers and found you? What is Gorilla Tag? What is that? That reminds me of that old mobile game called Flying Goita. That was a game that I used to play. Flying Goita. Okay, so he noticed it too. Well, I guess of all things, that's the thing they notice. Yeah, I feel like anyone who uses the internet is going to have an interest in Polish culture just because that's who started the country ball, and evidently he's quite a fan of that. Because it used to not even be called country ball, it used to be called Poland ball. But I think now, as an umbrella term, people say country ball. As a Filipino, yada yada yada. Okay. Suggestion: Brazil of each continent. What's with this sort of colons doing there? So you don't. It's a VR game. So you don't. Oh well, then hold on. Let me show you this. This isn't my main channel that you're watching right now. I actually have a successful enough, you know. I mean, it's not huge, but I mean, I just posted this a day ago. I got 1,000 views. It's actually my second best performing video since my U.S. video, I think. Which, that's to be expected. U.S. is the most notorious countries of all time. I was of the understanding that you came from my Poland video, to be honest. So it looks like no one decided to check out my Poland, my live stream channel after watching my Poland video. They probably just clicked off and fucked off. Which sounds kind of a bit more like my audience than what you're doing right now. Okay, and then, yeah, what's with this colon stuff? I don't know what that is. And again, another edited. And this says 12 hours, or maybe it's not time stamping that, and it's just also taking that into consideration when I do that. Okay, never mind. So great opportunities and potentials to develop and become a world power, but fails miserably thanks to corruption. Okay, so a very opinionated criteria. I prefer when criteria is a bit less politically motivated, and then huge number of biodiversity, but also of deforestation. I mean, really? Deforestation? What would even be the equivalent in Oceania for that? I guess maybe Indonesia. But it wouldn't even be, actually, you know what? No, I could apply that to different continents. Okay, fair enough. But it's such a specific issue. A multicultural state with various ethnicities, cultures face, each one fighting against each. And there's just this, I'm not doing a criteria like that. There's one factor that I think bumps Philippines' position above from Paraguay. The intro you prefaced with how Poland is one of the most used countries represents in geography meme content, even having its own namesake in the genre, Poland Ball. But besides Poland, especially in the country human side of things, Philippines is one of the most represented countries in this case, at least, in the relevancy as meme. They are more similar than Paraguay is. Is that true? Here's the thing. I don't partake in Poland Ball and country ball memes because I don't think they're that funny, and they're not historically in depth. They're very just sort of surface level, info. It's really for a certain type of people, and I'm not that type of person, so I don't even know if that's true. But he just also said in memes. Is that true? I don't think so. I don't particularly see an influx of Philippine memes more than I see memes about Paraguay. I'd say they're about equal, I suppose. But I also wouldn't know. 307, very odd that Paraguay has German speakers? Oh, is that is he doing a reference because a lot of, I can't say that word, but, Third Reich Germans fled to South America? I think that's probably what he's referencing. Okay, and then let's see here. Okay, so this is Saba again, which I just read about. Okay, yeah, and it's kind of just another rant. Bro, Philippines is not the Poland of Asia. They are members of. Oh, how do you even pronounce? I read about this group a lot. It's pretty much just South and East Asian countries that sort of have their own unity, but I never have known how to say it. I only read about it. I don't hear sort of people. Would it be ASEAN? Asian? It can't just be Asian, is it? That's how the name Sean is spelled. I'm not good at pronouncing things, and I usually read about stuff more than I hear it, because I don't have friends, so they're not talking about it with me. I only am ever reading it. And this is another example. I'm reading this. Either way, though, which means that they are allies with many Southeast Asian nations. East Timor is the Poland of... East Timor? No. No, no, no. I see why they're saying it. The Catholic part is true, but no. No, 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 no. Yeah, clown plus nerd. Yeah, come on, man. I agree with that sort of clown nerd. I'd almost argue that Cambodia is a good example. Cambodia was on my short list of... I wasn't really considering, though, but... You should do a video watching FNAF songs. Why? It's a good example of Poland in Asia. It used to be pretty large with the Khmer Empire, which had a lot of Southland. No, it had a lot of land in the Southeast Asia, like the Commonwealth and Europe, but they lost a lot of this land due to numerous wars with their neighbors. Why am I having such a hard time reading this? Oh my god, it's so long. Specifically, Vietnam and Thailand could be the two larger neighbors that have conquered land over the years. For okay. So this checks the box for the conflict with neighbors. At 14, there's a time lapse where Cambodia is on the left. Oh, like that would be where the Emperor Tiger Star footage is. So you can see this kind of happen. Let's see. Yeah. That is true. Oh, no. Wrong thing. Now I have to reset the zoom in there. Having a touchscreen is very handy. Oh, it kind of cuts it off. There we go. I see what he's saying. I still think Philippines is a better pick, though. Because Cambodia can't match the sort of similarities of, like, the sort of... Especially during the World War II times where you had, like... China, although China really actually didn't screw around with Philippines during the World War II, but I mention it because of other things. I'm gonna go listen to one. Go ahead. Fine by me, buddy. Because this stuff, if you didn't come from my geography stuff, then all this is gonna sound like absolute nonsense to you. So, fine by me, man. I stream every day, so there might be a stream that I do tomorrow that will be more up your alley. I have no hard feelings. And let's see what he said after that. There is a map time lapse. Oh yeah, it's okay. They are also very religious, with Buddhism being pretty high in the country's demographics. The only thing that it makes it not seem like Poland is that there's not a very relevant country in the modern. That it's not a very relevant country in the modern day. No, I wouldn't say so. In fact, my most viewed video has Cambodia's flag on it, which I guess caught people's attention. I would disagree with that. With Hun Sen and Hun Manet, people know about that. I still don't think, though, however, I imagine that it might have some relevance in the Southeast, in Southeast Asia. I don't know if it does, though. Oh, and then he provides a TLDR. I only recently learned what that meant. Too long, didn't read. Cambodia is religious. Okay, so he pretty much just summarized what he said. The U.S. of every continent. I've literally done this video, you fucking donut. Hold on. He's got a Roblox. I mean, he's not giving a good name to a good look, I should say, to Roblox commentary, Roblox profile pic channels. React play Roblox tutorial and Battlegrounds games too. Holy shit, how young is this kid, man? He spelled I like that. He must be like a Spanish speaker, because he would only spell I like that. Either he's a pirate or a Spanish speaker. I mean, just why would you comment something like that when I literally have a I literally have a US of every continent video? But I guess he doesn't know that. How about doing Greece of each continent next? That could be interesting. Dependent on other countries, very old as in history. Oh, so he another Roblox profile picture. Man, I get a lot of fucking young kids who watch these videos. Why? Is it just because my avatar is a young... I mean, it's a cartoon character? And also, I have the name Kid in my channel. So that probably is how it gets that way. And then Iran. I just like the lack of explanation. Like, what is he even saying there? Is he saying that Iran is the neighbor that Greece doesn't like? I mean, only historically. If we're talking about, like, Achaemenid Persia, then sure. But I think they're probably talking about modern-day Greece. Or maybe he's saying that Iran should be the next video I do. There's just no explanation. And yeah, I mean, dependent on other countries. That's so, like, hard to measure, you know? It's so opinionated that I don't even think it's worth my time to be having that be a criteria. Very old. See, that's a better criteria. And that very much hates a neighbor. See, I'll just say, because hate, that, like, implies as if I know. First off, we're saying this as if, like, Greece is this thing that has emotions. I mean, again, this is why I think Poland ball sucks and country ball sucks, because kids, and this clearly a kid, an adult would never have a Roblox and a username like that. I mean, I'm just using intuition. But it's like, it's made kids think that, you know, we're just dealing with characters here. We're dealing with cartoon comic book characters. And a country can't have an emotion. And I'm not even playing dumb. I do know that, you know, obviously, it's like one of the most infamous rivalries of all time is is Greece and Turkey. But I assume that's what he's referencing, is Turkey and not Iran. Maybe in, like, antiquity, but not now. I'm running out of water again. Good Christ. I've been talking a lot, so maybe my mouth dry. But just the way that they word this stuff, I can just tell that they just think that these countries have emotions, because they pretty much just personify countries in these sort of little squishy balls. Like, you can't, a country can't hate someone else, you know? I'll be back, though. I just need to refill this. Now that I've been drinking a lot of water, I also need to pee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it on over to this screen so that you can have something fun to look at for your eyes to be entertained with, alright? All right. I was getting a bit tired, so I kind of splashed some water on my face to wake myself up a bit, because it is 1:06 a.m. where I am right now. Boy, this has been a long stream. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Boy, do I yap a lot, huh? Jeez. Fuck sake. How did that even happen? I just spilled a fuck ton of water on me. Whatever. I mean, I pretty much just made my shirt wet when I did that. Alright, let's go back. Look at all this chat covering my face there. Jesus H. Christ. Alright. What does the H in Jesus H. Christ mean? Hector? Human? Harold? Actually, that would kind of work, because isn't there like a sort of herald, as in like H-E-R-A-L-D, like herald? Actually, that might be what it means. No, I doubt it. I'm starting to get cold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this heater. That's a right foot creep. Ooh, walking with the heater. And an actual heater this time, not a gun. Okay. Can you do what's the most average country in the world? What even would be I mean, how would... Oh, we got 3 viewers. How's everyone doing? I'm just reading comments on my latest video. So, my latest video on my main channel. Because, well, I mean... this channel doesn't get any comments. But, you know. Yeah. And also, if you are here right now, tell me how you've come across this live stream. Did you come across this live stream from my main channel? Or did you come across this live stream naturally? Just out of curiosity. I guess, I mean, what would even be the most average? Would just like average as in like the most ordinary? Or like average as in like the most mediocre? That's hard. I mean, I'm such a geography nerd that I find every country interesting. So it's like, I don't know. What would maybe be like boring? Like, what would someone find boring? I don't know, man. They're all kind of... Maybe just the least globally spoken about country. I don't know, the most average. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I guess Canada? I don't know. That's probably a bad answer, but I couldn't really think of one. I was thinking of countries that, like, I don't think any other country's learning about. Like, let's just be honest. If there's a country talking about, like, North America, then they're more often than not only going to talk about the United States. And since Canada is so intertwined with the United States, they probably would find it redundant to even talk about Canada. So that's my answer. But I also don't know. Baby, this is such a copy pasta comment, pretty much. I'll give it a like, though. Appreciate it. We need the Burundi of every continent. Why? That's such an oddly specific country. Burundi. Why not Rwanda? I mean, I feel like Rwanda would be the more notorious one. Why Burundi? Did they meant to say Brunei? Because that's more in sort of relation to the Philippines. How come I have 3 views right now, yet no one's chatting? You know chat is on, right? By the way. I'm almost thinking they meant to say Brunei, but it autocorrected to Burundi. But, I mean, Burundi is also a country that I could feasibly do that for, but I just feel like people would know about... That would be such... I mean, my videos are already so niche already. To do a country like Burundi, I feel like if I were to do a country like that, it would just be Rwanda, its neighbor. I don't know. I mean, and it also got 1 like. It was probably just their own self. I'm Filipino, and I can confirm that we are the Poland of Asia. We may seem weak in terms of geography and history. I wouldn't say that. You guys both have rich history. But we also are strong in terms of military and culture. PHPL. I think that usually means that they use the flag emojis, yet it doesn't work on computers for some reason. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comment. Tito. The South Park. That's the second. So we have a South Park, and then the person who recommended this video to begin with. South Park profile pic. And then Math Blanky. The Philippines of every continent. Oh, it's just the same thing. Let's see what they do, though. Huge revolution to its history. See, okay, I like this criteria way much more than the other one. This is less opinion. It's more objective. Like, huge revolution in its history. Huge Catholic population. Colonized by 3 countries. So they even specify the number. It's also edited, too. Why are all these edited? Let's see what they... Oh, they have replies, too. Cringe. What? How is that cringe? Lame. Dude, how's that cringe? There's nothing cringe about what he said at all. That's a good criteria. Fuck off. I'm gonna like that, actually. That's not cringe at all. Shout out to Math Blanky. Or that's Blackie, actually. Fuck right off. Dude from 8 Carson. What does that even mean? 8 Carson? What is 8 Carson? Like what? Carson City? Carson City, Nevada? Is that what they mean? Happy... Oh, good. This guy... I'm not even going to explain the lore behind that guy. I can't believe he's even pretending we're cool. Idea. What's the Russia of each continent? I don't know. You tell me. Let's see what they... North America... Oh, see, I don't do North America, South America. USA. I'd probably just say USA for rivalry reasons. If we're doing just the Americas as a whole, and Asia, China, okay, and then okay, you know, actually the difficult thing with Russia is that, so for my Kazakhstan video, Kazakhstan actually has like a little sliver of European territory. Like if you actually look at the sort of, I mean, the very admittedly arbitrary definition of where Europe ends and Asia begins, Kazakhstan would have a little bit of European territory. So, you know, but most people consider Kazakhstan an Asian country. So that's why I still included a European entry for the Kazakhstan video. But the thing is, if I were to make the Russia of each continent, I wouldn't know which one to exclude, because most of Russia's territory is in Asia, but I think, like, governmentally wise, most of the happenings are on the European side. So I probably would, because I think, you know, borders define the boundaries, but the government itself, I think, is what defines the country the most. So I do agree that with their exclusion of Europe being part of the entry. And then Asia, China, yeah, I mean, that's that would probably be the number one pick if I were to do Russia of Asia. And then Oceania, Australia. I mean, yeah, Oceania wouldn't even really. That would probably be the bottom pick. And then DRC. No, I wouldn't say that. I'd probably say, the Russia of Africa. Well, probably Ethiopia, no? I think that's a better pick than DRC. I also didn't provide a criteria, so what am I even basing this off of? Okay, let's just move on. Oh yeah, and this was also a really instantaneous comment. Like, this comment pretty much happened as soon as I posted it. As soon as I posted this video, I did a live stream, and then I went straight to bed because I was so exhausted from editing and all that stuff. So that's why I haven't replied to these comments, and I still can't reply to these comments because I'm not signed in on this account. What happens when I click on myself, by the way? What happens? Okay. So it just shows the other. I have 100+ comments on this channel. Yeah. Okay. And then I kind of just typed any old thing, to be honest. Instead, look at how they spelled instead, by the way. Instead of Philippines, I'd say that South Korea is the Poland of Asia. How long is this? Okay. They even had their own version of the Swedish deluge in form of war with Japan. Okay, so this is not an English speaker, so I'm going to struggle with this. It was also kind of the same time period, and country was saved by a hero. In Poland, it was Grand Hetman Czarnicki. And Korea, it was Admiral Yi Sun-shi. Oh, I hope that admiral is in the South Korean anthem. Okay, I mean, he kind of just sort of had a tangent there towards the end. I wouldn't know how to even respond to that. It's just kind of one of those, almost like those external dialogues. Like, all right, the Marianas were once part of the Captaincy General of the Philippines, aka Spanish East Indies. However, we're already culturally disconnected with them once we become independent. Okay. Again, really not. What was? Okay, cool. I mean, you didn't mention the Marianas, but all right. And what? Are you Polish, or you just have impressive knowledge about Poland? I really don't think I have that impressive of a knowledge of Poland. In fact, I really don't think that I have very impressive of a knowledge of any country because, well, I'm only 20 years old. I don't have any formal education. I'm just someone who has an interest in geopolitics and history. And I am, I'm still definitely in the learning process of that, like my knowledge of the world is not a finished product. I still definitely have a lot to learn. Do I know about history and geopolitics more than the average person? Yeah, but that's really not saying much, especially if you're in the United States when people don't even know, like, fucking anything. It's not a hyperbole when people sort of make fun of American, like, history class. I mean, American history class is so bad, dude. It is so bad. And not only that, most of the curriculum is, like, pop history. Oh, man, it's just, ugh. Jesus Christ. And to answer this question, though, I do actually have a little bit of Polish in me. And I also assume that he probably thought that because my username is kidDoonski. The kid probably is not related to his inference, though. I think it's the Doonski part. And I wasn't. It's a nickname that I got in high school by my friend Neve. He calls me Doonski, and that has to do with it's based off of my real name, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but it's based off my real name. It's not just something I came up with, I feel like it's also super cringe to come up with your own name. I feel like if you're gonna use a username, it should be something that someone gave you, and not the other way around. Because self-given names are just so corny. Dragon Slayer, like look at this real dragon. Oh, good Christ! If your citizens can't pronounce Gregers, I'm not even gonna try that. But I'm almost positive this is based off of that skit from that one comedy where he was like talking to someone at a table and he introduced himself as that. I don't remember what it was from though. It's like some comedy skit though. Your country can't be called Poland. Okay. And then what was wrong? Every man born in Poland knows that his name is not... whatever. This will be the most significant border change. Oh, that's what I said. Yeah. Yeah, well, also the only border change. What? The only border change? What? What do you mean, the only border change? The only border change of what? It's very minor, but Denmark and Canada agreeing on splitting the uninhabited... Oh, this? I mean, come on. No, I don't think that counts. I don't know what he's trying to say. Like, the only border change since South Sudan? Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah. What a fucking donut. I think he was trying to say that this is the most significant border change ever, which I wasn't saying. That's why I said since South Sudan. What a turkey. Okay. Shouldn't Indonesia be the Poland of Asia? What, because of the flag? Fuck off. Oh my good God, he wrote it. Good Christ. Alright, let's see. Actually, Philippines has a slight edge advantage since it had been existing way more longer than Paraguay, and have been subjected to another foreign nation, and the parallel of it is eerily similar to Poland. A little bit. Had a kingdom in the medieval era. Alright. Had a regional power at some point in the past. Had a regional power. Okay. Had been subjected to numerous conflict to any major powers. For Philippines' case, it's Spain, UK, Japan, USA, and China. For Poland's case, it's Prussia, Austria, Germany, Sweden, and Russia. Had a dictatorship, rebelled 2 times to foreign influence. Oh, yeah. Not, if you're not aware of Philippines history, that is not the American, I'm not going to say it out loud because, again, I think YouTube gets mad at you when you say that, but I'll just say Triple K. Not the American Triple K, alright? This is the, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's a different thing. Against the Spanish, similar to the PLC want of independence to Russian influence. Want of. What was he even trying to type there? Okay. These are fair points. Is this edited? Of course it's edited. Why are all of these... Why is any comment longer than, like, 1 sentence an edited comment? And the other rebellion, i.e. the Philippines-American War, similar to the Polish Rebellion after the Napoleonic Wars. So yeah, the Philippines... Oh, Christ. So yeah, the Philippines is definitely the more Poland than Paraguay. Those are some fair points. I can't even really argue with them. So I'll give it a like. If this was my main account, I would say that, but... Okay. Can you do Germany of each continent? Has been at war with most neighbors. Largely unpatriotic today. And I don't know the third one. Well, that's probably the most useless criteria I've ever gotten. I mean, that could be... Like... Well, I guess the unpatriotic part couldn't be every country. But, I mean... Has been at war with most neighbors. I mean, it's really not that good of a criteria. Even though I used it for the criteria in Poland, it's just more so the case that was the thing with Poland. But what country hasn't been at war with one of their neighbors? It's not that specific of a criteria. And then, I don't know the third one. Why would you? You couldn't think of anything? Good Christ. It was declared abortion is illegal and punishable by law in 1987. The same year that our first female president, Corazon Aquino, was elected and approved this law. The stated that. That's not right. Maybe this stated that the constitutional provision, the state shall equally protect the life of the mother and the life of the unborn form conception. Republic Act. I'm not reading that number. Cool beans. I mean, you're just saying things. Did it make it seem like as if I mean, I don't know how this was relevant to my video. I mean, I did bring up abortion, but I don't know what the point of that was saying. I don't know what he's saying, other than the information. I mean, this isn't untrue, but what is he trying to say? Awesome video, abnormal. Oh, this guy's in my Discord. I know who this is. In fact, actually, I just discovered his channel on just randomly. One of his videos just popped up, like fixing American borders or something. And I was like, yeah, good concept, but maybe more editing. And then he started making Roblox content. So that explains his profile picture. But he started up doing like geography videos, and I think he gave up because, well, I don't blame him, because it takes a lot of editing to make those videos, geography videos, that is. I'm a Filipino. I have been summoned. Well, okay, cool beans. Thanks for the engagement, though. I'll like these, though. I'll like them. I like all of them. Poland? Nah. That'd be insult to Poland and Polish people. But judging from its behavior lately, they'd resemble more the Ukraine of Asia? Huh? What are you talking about? That comment sucks. I don't even know what he's trying to say. Okay, but what is the Poland of North America? Look, you have a very fitting profile picture. I don't know. Okay, I think he's doing satire. He's doing satire. I almost fell for it, though, because I get that comment so much. Oh my god, I get that comment so much. He probably is actually saying that because I talk about how much I get that comment. I think that Bolivia is the Poland of... See, here's the thing. I did actually consider Poland. I did actually consider Bolivia, but I already had Bolivia in my Serbia video, and I couldn't in full faith. And also, I also just do think that Paraguay is a really good fit for Poland. But I did consider it, but you know, let's just say in a weird world, I didn't think that Paraguay was a better pick than Bolivia. I still wouldn't pick it because I couldn't have two of the same picks from the same video in another video, like having PNG and Bolivia. I mean, it just and for another Slavic country, I just couldn't do it. Yes, I also think Paraguay should be on top, although I cannot really dispute Philippines. I think maybe there's another, but no other Catholic. What? I think of Mongolia. Oh, what? Mongolia? No. Had extremely patriotic and had many border altercations, but it has very good. I mean, you could say that again, but it has very good relations with not just its neighbors, but the entire world. True. Which is why I think it was a better Switzerland of Asia than it was of, being the Poland of it. I thought it would have been Afghanistan. They withhold communists and something similar to fascism internally. Well, Poland isn't fascist. Poland is far from fascist, alright? Yeah, Poland has its flaws, and I don't really agree with the sort of LGBT free zones, but they're not fascist, come on. They're just sort of going through a thing right now. Bolivia of each continent, authoritarian and undemocratic. Wait, they're saying Bolivia's No. No. Again, they're not like the most freest country in the whole world, but come on. You're blowing it out of proportion to such an command economy. I always say that fucking word wrong. Jesus Christ. Low economic freedom, low crime. That one's kind of true-ish, low economic freedom. But in regards to okay. And then low crime. So what I mean, they pretty much just... This pretty much is Belarus. It's pretty much Belarus, what they just described. Burkina Faso, Africa. Yeah, that one's fair. Afghanistan. Dude, Afghanistan is... Because here's another thing that I try to factor in. Is that someone who's living in that country is living a similar life to someone in that other country. So I feel like if a Pole and a Filipino were to meet, they talked about their daily life and what they did, what they wanted to do, and stuff like that. They would have a lot in common. I also try to factor that in. So there's and just no. With all due respect, that is so absurd that you would compare Bolivia and Afghanistan. That's just no. Okay, no. Tonga, Australia / Oceania. No. There's just no. Tonga's a pretty conservative country, but it's not... Conservative doesn't mean authoritarian and undemocratic. Jesus Christ. And Hungary, no, Belarus is such a way better fit than that. And then Nicaragua, that one's a bit more fair. I'll give them that. But, well, hold on, wait. But it wouldn't matter, though, because I wouldn't do an American... No, I wouldn't do another American country. Wait, it's the same guy. Hold on, he just commented this a minute ago. My opinion. Somalia, Africa. Iraq, Asia. Solomon Islands. Mexico, Paraguay. Wait, this is his picks for Poland? No way. Just no. Iraq, I considered it, but come on, let's be honest, no. Solomon Islands. I still think Papua New Guinea's a better pick, but there is a little bit of a case for that. Mexico, sure. Actually, no. No. You know what? Mexico is actually a pretty fair pick. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Because I remember when I was writing this video, I remembered when I was thinking, because when I was writing the Paraguay entry, I'd say I'm doing this, but I typed it. Like most people these days, no one ever writes a script. People say they'll write a script, but they're not actually, they're typing it. And when I was writing the Paraguay entry, I was like, damn, actually, now that I think about it, Mexico's a really good fit. But I was already in the process of writing the Paraguay entry, so I decided no. But you know what? Fair enough. Mexico is actually a good pick. I still think Paraguay's a better fit, though. But Mexico is a fair shout. Okay? Sir, that title belongs to Eat Timor? Why would you eat Timor, man? There's better things to eat. Like 9. That was a, Why is 6 afraid of 7? Joke. Okay, I would care. And also, why do people think... No. Come on, just no. I know about East. I actually have a friend who is from East Timor. He was adopted. I would care that PNG is too unbearable to look at. What? I would care that PNG is too unbearable to look at. When they say PNG, do they mean the country, or do they mean like my PNG, like the whatever PNG stands for? I don't even know what it stands for. Picture. I don't know what PNG stands for. But are they talking about like my avatar? It's unbearable to look at. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks good. If I thought it looked bad, I wouldn't use it. I think that's what they're saying, though. Well, you're fucking... Look at your avatar. Your avatar's a fucking rabbit that... What even is that? It has like a black bar over it. That's fucking lame. Joe Stankin' ass Chance Rice. You sound like a damn rice company. We present to you Chance Rice. Brought to you by Chance Rice. Sounds like... You know when you go to high school, like, football game... and you see the sponsors over these are these like really local like food processing companies. That sounds like your name sounds like that. Your name sounds like Chance. Oh, and this high school football team is sponsored by Chance Rice, and your little shitty logo would be plastered all over the place on the stadium. And by stadium, I mean just a field with a couple of bleachers. Joe Stankin' ass Chance Rice. Kind of fucking. As a poll, even if I'm not interested in history, that's... How did you come across my channel, then? Even if I'm not interested in history, that's such for some reason I agree in few parts. Okay. The Bulgaria of each continent. Alright. No criteria provided. Hilariously, even if we have disputes with maritime borders with Asian... I'm just going to say Asian countries just because I find it funny that you could pronounce it that way. Countries. We still do military exercises with a good number of them. They are in friendly terms. Are in very friendly terms. No one really likes cow tongue because the cow the tongue belongs to is hard to negotiate with, unlike other countries. What the fuck does cow tongue have to do with anything? That was such a random thing. I think they're using it as a metaphor, but why cow tongue? Is this a phrase? Maybe this is like a Filipino phrase that I'm not aware of. It belongs to a hard to negotiate. It belongs to is hard to negotiate with, unlike... Are they referencing China? I don't even know what they're trying to say. You forgot about North America. No, the fuck I didn't. Okay? I didn't forget about North America. I know about North America. But I make America all one continent. Which you would know about because when I show the globe, it includes all of the Americas. You fucking donut. Alright? And to be fair, the distinction between North America and South America is so arbitrary. I mean, if we can in good conscience call Saudi Arabia and Indonesia within the same continent, then come on. We can consider the United States and Brazil within the same continent, alright? So, shut your trap. And also historically, just, that's how... I mean, if you think about the history of the name of this continent, they credit it to Amerigo Vespucci, which, who knows the validity of that, because I know that it's kind of been contested, because I must admit, it is pretty weird that, the way naming conventions usually worked is that, it was the last name, so it would have been Vespuccia, no? And not America, but whatever. But where he did land, let's say if it was named after him, he didn't land in North America. He landed, I think, like roughly where sort of modern day Venezuela is. I could be getting that wrong though, which is in South America. So then, is North America not a valid America? It's just so arbitrary. I'm kind of getting sick of being told that I forgot about North America. No, you did. Because I show it. Come on now. This is my second time of asking about the Bulgaria of each continent. Was great once, now isn't. During the medieval languages, it was one of the strongest countries in Eastern Europe. But now we barely have an army. What does languages have to do with anything? Great food and culture. That's just such an arbitrary criteria that I would never use. Yeah, cool, whatever. Corrupt government. Okay. Not just that, but there are many more problems like underage drinking, smoking, prostitution, DUI, drugs, etc. Alright. I'm getting a bit hot. Just move that over there, I guess. These people make it seem like as if I get comments like this all the time. Like, I don't owe you anything. If I did every single suggestion I ever got, I'd be uploading like every day, which I imagine that my audience would appreciate that I upload every day. I'm not a very consistent uploader. But come on, man. This is so entitled. This is my second time of asking for the Bulgaria of each continent. And by golly, I expect an answer by the third time. No, I don't owe you anything, dude. And also, this isn't even good criteria. First off, you said during the medieval languages. What are you even talking about, bro? And then great food and culture. That's just a criteria I'd never use. And then corrupt government. He doesn't elaborate, but, I can't argue with that, though. My country mentioned... I've mentioned a lot of countries, so what would that be? I imagine, though, it's either Philippines or Poland. Swag Burrow. They could be either. The Germany of each continent. I've gotten this comment a lot of times, too. Was once split, however, alone reunified later on. After they reunified, they became a major power. Was the cause of and or more big and deadly wars. Okay. Also, the more times it has been divided and later reunified, the better. Okay. I imagine, the easy answer for Asia would be Vietnam. Or actually Korea. That's kind of a coin toss with that. Because if you're viewing Korea in the collective light, they never reunified. So yeah, you could only pick Vietnam. What else could you do? Just how many countries where that situation happened. You could really only use Vietnam. Let me think. There's probably an obvious one I'm not thinking of right now. But that's a very specific criteria. China, Vietnam. I guess. The third one is so... dude, when you look at the top 10 most deadliest wars, 8 of them are Chinese wars. And it's funny because no one really talks about them because America doesn't like talking about China for, political reasons. But 8 of the most 10 deadliest wars were Chinese wars. Throughout history. Modern and antiquity. But Western history really doesn't talk about it very much. Which I'm almost tempted to make a video on just because I think it should be... the awareness, there should be more awareness about it. Yeah, Vietnam. I mean, Vietnam. You could only do Vietnam. Do the Balkans of every continent. Oh, that'd be so hard. I'm not doing regions. I'm only doing countries. So I'd have to do an entire region. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. OMG, I really like this because Poland. Smiley face with chins. You're welcome. Philippines isn't even close. It's most definitely Indonesia or the Koreas. I'm not going to just do the Koreas, am I? And then Indonesia. How? What? Because of flags? This fucking douche. I'm not doing it based off of flags, you donut. And of course he's a fucking ball. Christ on a bike. What about Europe? Yeah, really funny. 11:25, the Philippines. What, did he just literally timestamp when I brought up the Philippines? Okay. The Bolivia of... Oh, and I guess that's all my comments. Why is it like pure white when I scroll down? That's weird. Is there like a reload button? I guess there isn't. I can do Control R. Let's do that. Oh, it's gonna reload the video. Let's see, when I go to 12, it's literally just... But I mean, that's not even when I first bring it up. When I first bring it up, it's here. Wait, how come? Oh, it's because I probably muted the site, right? Yeah, I think this is what's happened. So I guess that was all my comments then. Because when I scrolled down, it was all white. Let's see. So it's when he said 12. 12:25. Oh. Well, still, 12:25 wasn't right either. I mean, that's way after I talk about it. So this was 5 minutes ago. It's just... Okay. I don't... Alright. That's cool beans, I guess. And then... Oh. Yeah, that was all my comments. Well, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for anyone who stopped by. It says I have 2 viewers. I don't know if that's even right. Oh wow! I just got to... Whoa! It just got. Wait a second. It was at 14.5 when I started this. Now it's at 16. Man, this video is doing better than I thought it would. I knew it was gonna do well, but I didn't know it was gonna do this good. Oh man, my YouTube Studio app's telling me it has 17 right now. Whoa. Oh, it's 1 out of 10. Okay, so if you're a creator on YouTube, that's what you want to see. When you hear 1 out of 10, like if someone were to say, "Oh man, when I upload a video, it was 10 out of 10." Now, to anyone who doesn't upload YouTube videos, 10 out of 10. Ooh, 10 out of 10. That sounds like a good thing. Wrong. 10 out of 10 is not a good thing. I just hit 4.2 subscribers in real time. Or wait, did I always have that? Wait, no, I can't even. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, when people say, "Oh, I a 10 out of 10 video," that's a bad thing. 10 out of 10 means that they take a pool of 10 of your 10 latest videos, and they use those in terms of comparison, like the first 24 hours on how much views they got. So, in the first 24 hours of this video, I'd say it probably got like, because it tallies up after a while. So like, it says first 1 day. Wait, no, 1 day and 3 hours. But I think the best way to sort of judge it is when it hits 24 hours. And I think when it hit 24 hours, it was like at 14.5K. So pretty much just like a little bit earlier. Like earlier in the stream when it started, and it was at 14.5, which was the best It was better. It's the best performing video in my last 10 videos. So like you know how I was talking about how my AI generated channel overview, where I talked about AI generated channels, and I said how no one watched that. So that is a 10 out of 10 video, and I can even show you it. So like, do you see that? Do you see how the 10th video is that AI video that no one watched? It only got 139 views in the first 1 hour, 3 hours, but let's just say 24 hours. In the first day, pretty much. 3 hours, what does that mean? It's not going to do much. So in the first day, it got 139 views. I liked it. I thought the video was good, but I think my channel is just so niche and caters to a specific geography sort of nerd that I don't think they care about AI generated content. They just don't care. It was not up their alley. And then my second lowest video was in relation to geography, but I guess it just didn't gel with them. It was the east-west divide of each era, and that wasn't something they liked either. So that was a 9 out of 10 video. Again, when people say 9 out of 10, you think that sounds good, like 90%. But no, wrong. So, when your video is 1 out of 10, which is what this has become, it's a 1 out of 10 video. That means it's good. Hold on, let's see this. 72% of viewers are still watching around the 30-minute mark. The 30-second mark, which is typical. Okay. Thanks for that, I guess. Does it tell me what other videos have good retention? Average percentage viewed. Does that mean that 35%? Okay. I think it's saying that 35%. I'm not showing this because I don't think YouTube likes when you show this stuff. But I think it's saying 30% of viewers watched the whole video, which sounds bad, but it's actually pretty decent. External sites or apps. Discord, which makes sense because I have a Discord, and then X, which is Twitter. What, someone made a Twitter post about my video? Hold on. Well, wait, how could I even check this? I don't have Twitter, and it always does like a login wall. There's paywalls? Well, Twitter has like a login wall, and I don't think anyone talks about it because, oh, good Christ. See, look, you can see pretty much what my, oh, man. What is this? Country Balls Explained? Oh, man, this is actually like a big channel too. Okay, let's get out of full screen. Alright. Let's unmute. Okay. So what?
Against the establishment for both.
Oh my god, it's in text to speech? As if you couldn't get more like cheap content. Like country balls are already such like a cheap content to me. But then text to speech. Oh my god. Why does no one make good geography content, dude?
Depending on your perspective. From the outside, Russians might seem like...
Does anyone... Oh my god. This channel has 228k subscribers. And those were decent views based off of what I just saw. Let me make sure the stream looks good. Hit fucking line. Oh my god, this phone is so annoying. This phone is so annoying. There we go. Malaysia. Well, I guess explain they don't like their voice. They probably don't speak good English. Even though Malaysia in theory, might be in sort of Anglosphere country, but I guess it's like not. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions. Are they all I mean,
This is India, a very
oh my
popular
fucking
dude on
god! There's no anime. It's still images. Oh my god! These suck. I'm sorry, but these suck. Text to speech. It's not even like a good text to speech. It's such a robotic, shitty sounding text to speech. Oh man. And it's that thing. Hold on. What did that say? Yeah, like as if these are characters. Like hate each other. A country can't have an emotion. Who is Taiwan? They're not people. What does he? Hold on. What does he say in this?
Countries, tip-top, posh, rich, powerful, dominant. Why is this so? Posh countries following self-governance slap their way up from the bottom, but also no, because other tip-top non-Germanic countries exist too, similarly with an underlying theme of stability.
Okay.
Economic.
All right. I thought I was going to go in a direction that was going to be rough, but okay, I think it was just clickbait. Oh man, I really just don't like this channel. Okay, sorry. I was just kind of just blankly looking at this channel. That's just so annoying. This is the, oh, hold on, popular? Okay, no, it was showing popular. Man, I get 1 million views. See, this is what I get jealous of. I don't ever get jealous of subscribers. It's the views that I'm just like, God, man. 1.5 million views. Oh, that made him bank. That made him serious doubloons. And it's not, I mean, it's just the most... Oh man, I don't like anything about this channel at all. Looks like their views dried up though. Hey, finally people started to get sick of this. No, actually no, they're not dried up. China, oh my god, this is so bad. Why did I even click on it? Oh, it's because it was just showed up. Okay. There's so many bad geography channels. Like, how are the two most biggest channels Drew Dernhole and fucking Jack Sucks Cock? Those guys are horrible, like, geography channels. Like, let's see, all he does is just like, oh, country balls, oh, so funny. Drew Dern... 1 million. He's also fucking cringe as fuck too. Oh my god. The horror. But he hasn't even hit 100. Okay, and this last one was under this one. But it's just the same. I mean, look at this. He doesn't ever provide insight. He's just like, oh wow, oh my god, oh wow, oh wow, oh, country balls, ha. Let's see what this is.
The old flag of countries. This is by Mr. Globy. Chances are your flag has changed a lot.
It's just so shit. I mean, it's just like...
To this one to be different. You just added 2 heads, but it's already cool. But we changed it to this one to make it simple.
No. 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 It's just something... This is actually probably like the antithesis of everything I hate about the sort of modern, like, way that content is produced. Because, I mean, really, to be honest, like... The only thing that I could respect about this guy is that he uploads every day. But I live stream every day, and this gets nowhere. So it's just like they just hit that perfect mediocre note. Oh man, like he probably just goes on Reddit. Like these are all just Reddit memes that he. Oh man, remember when people didn't respect reaction channels, and now it just became like the thing everyone did? I mean, good Christ. I shouldn't be saying that though, because there might be a day that I have to stoop down to that level. I mean, I'm always going to try and maybe put a spin on it, but it's kind of hard to put a spin on something that's so, like, inherently uncreative. What's his oldest video? Oh, he did, like, old school. Oh my god, that's what he looked like? What a fucking nerd. He's like wearing fucking Muppets t-shirts. Would you? Alright, sorry. And then, oh my god, you know who's even worse though? Jack sucks cock. Oh, look at how I just spelled that. Okay, this is not even worth spelling correctly. Let's see how much. Oh my god, they're like around the same size. Look at how like spiked his. Like that's not even good. You don't want your video to look like that. You want your video to almost look like a flat line, because that means that people are, not speeding up certain parts, which means that they don't like you. Like his audience doesn't like him. It's just mindless content. 1 out. Fuck off. It's like he knows that people just passively watch his videos. Like that's, I think, maybe the thing that was the word I was trying to think of. Is I hate that YouTube became this sort of thing that people passively do. I hate that that's like the direction that channels try to go to now, and I feel like that's just such a. I'm not saying that that's a bad practice, because I feel like any form of media can be, applicable to that. Like a lot of people, like Gen Xers, would watch TV in the passive sense, and TV didn't look like this shit. But I don't like the embracement. Just because people do it, I don't think you should embrace that. Because this is shit. This content sucks, dude.
For the next hour, I will be playing geography.
He also has the most annoying. But they all have that like like they almost sound like coked up news reporters. Look at this. Why is this the peak?
All right, next up.
And the zoom ins. But you know that, like, does anyone like this guy? I don't want to sound mean, and I don't want to sound jealous and all these things, but like, no one's watching this content because they like you. They're watching it because it vaguely has to do with something that they're interested in, and it's something that they passively watch, I don't know, I guess to fall asleep to. Why would you watch YouTube to fall asleep? I've never understood that. I've never understood this phenomenon. I could never fall asleep while watching a YouTube video. And I used to have friends who exclusively, they couldn't fall asleep without the TV being on. It drove me fucking nuts. Because whenever I'd spend the night at their place, like, I just and it was always a fucking cartoon. Oh my god, it was always a cartoon. And, like, it couldn't be a documentary, because, it's like, well, why? Because I would be like, well, let's watch a documentary. Nah, I don't want to do that. Well, you're going to sleep. I mean, so why should it matter if it's something you like or not? Oh my god, it just, the obsession with like, I hate that you know, the world is like so intolerant to boredom. Like, I think people take boredom for granted. Like, because, you know, if you're in a war-torn country, you're not bored. Like, there's like this underlying goodness to boredom that I think a lot of people take for granted. And I think people should embrace the fact that they're bored. You know, pick up a hobby if you're bored. Don't watch stuff, okay? Or if you do want to watch stuff that's going to help you inform yourself. This isn't, I promise you, this isn't informing anything. That, like, just I mean, just no. Flags, I think, are cool. Look at this editing style, man. It's just like, oh my god. I'm not just, if this was a small channel, I'd still be making fun of it. Look, he did to be fair, I do this too. I do the text thing. I don't know why that's like the way that YouTube, I think it started with fucking Mr. Beast. Remember when people made fun of that, the Irish YouTube gamer? The name is blanking me, but you know who I'm talking about. The one with the green hair, who has the eyeball as his logo. Remember when people hated on him for saying that Mr. Beast ruined YouTube, and the people were like, "Oh no, you can't say that." And now people are having him fall out of favor, and now, yeah, come on, he wasn't wrong. Like, he's made people, like, he pretty much made YouTube for, like, he made it so that the only way for YouTube videos to get picked up on the algorithm are if you specifically cater towards, like, this very, you know, for children, pretty much. Adults don't watch Mr. Beast videos, that's the thing. None of my friends watch Mr. Beast videos. It's not like adults are I mean, not that I'm like this grown adult. I mean, I'm 20. Again, it's just sort of that cusp thing where it's like you're like a young man. I'll just say young adult. There's no one who isn't a kid who's watched, like, not even a kid, like a child, like 11. I was gonna say 12, but I don't even think 12-year-olds are watching. You know, because when you hit the age of 12, that's when you start thinking everything's lame. Like, I have a cousin who's 12. Actually, no, he used to be 12 like a couple years, and he thought everything was lame. Everything you showed him, lame. And I think I was like that when I was 12. I thought everything was lame. There's no way that a 12-year-old would see a Mr. Beast video and not think lame. I mean, it's like children who watch Mr. Beast. I mean, you see it. You don't see a grown person. How can I word this? You've never seen someone buy a Mr. Beast shirt for themselves, you know? It's always an adult buying a Mr. Beast shirt for a kid. You know, actually, I should say, you've never seen a Mr. Beast shirt in a large. It's always in a kid size, you know? Oh, good Christ. And he knows what he's doing by making kids candy. And there's a reason why he didn't release, like, an alcohol, you know? Which is, and you may be like, well, no one releases alcohol. And then you realize, actually, that's pretty common. I've seen plenty of YouTubers. In fact, I think, oh, fuck. Well, I know the Sidemen released an alcohol. I think the prank guys did an alcohol or something. But it's more common than you think it is.
The limits of the world known to the Romans around 150 AD. That's so interesting, isn't it? Like, they had no idea just how massive Asia and Africa.
Where's even the source? Oh my! So he's just looking at maps. Maps that are insightful. Wait, I thought I clicked on flags. Whatever. I mean, it just doesn't. How was this content? What does he even waffle on about?
Accepting that which witches are a thing, and therefore you are also in trouble as well. Countries where teaching...
Like, he also... There's never a moment where his, when he's talking, there's never, like, something not being zoomed in.
Against the most popular religion. So if you accuse someone of being a witch, that means you're accepting that witches are a thing.
Like, that must have been, like, what? Like, probably a 0.5 second pause.
Religion.
Look.
So if you accuse someone of being a witch, that means you're...
That was a jump... He did a jump cut for, like, a... Probably a half second of a pause. Let's take a look at that one more time. Look at this. Look. This is what I mean.
Was also against the most popular religion. So if you accuse someone of being a witch, that means...
I mean, because you can see, based off the way his arm was, that was a jump cut that probably got rid of, like, a half second of footage. And he knows, or maybe he has an editor. I assume he has an editor.
That means you're accepting that
And then after the jump cut, zoom,
witches are a thing, and therefore you
and then a heavy zoom.
are also in trouble as well. Countries where teaching...
That was like, how like low of an attention span. That was like 2 seconds. Okay, let's see the runtime of his little witch tangent.
Against the most popular religion. So if you accuse someone of being a witch, that means you're accepting that witches are a thing, and therefore you are also in trouble as well. Countries where
7 seconds. So the length of a vine. And he felt the need that he couldn't just have that footage of him unedited. He had to have the zoom, the jump cut that only got rid of 0.5 of a second of footage. It was such a redundant...
is either banned and or restricted. I have no idea about this. Areas like Algeria just don't teach evolution in schools at all. That's mad. In areas such as Egypt...
Oh, I wonder why they wouldn't teach evolution.
It is taught, but it's presented as unproven, even though, I mean, it's clearly proven. Saudi Arabia also totally banned. That's crazy. I just don't understand how it can't be accepted. I mean, there's like dinosaur bones all over the place. The crazy one.
Oh my god, that's his reasoning. He didn't have not even a single attempt of some kind of social commentary. I'm not saying that you have to like bash religion altogether, but like just any... Oh my fucking god, dude. He took those fucking dinosaur bones, bro. Just get with the times, bro. Ugh. Like, he knows who he's appealing to. There's dinosaur bones. And not only that, when he's saying that, I mean, he can't... Not, so he puts a colorful green circle around his thing, but he also makes it the size get bigger sometimes.
Unproven, even though, I mean, it's clearly proven.
I mean, to be fair, I'm no better because whenever I'm talking, I make my avatar jump fucking like that. But that's because you're not seeing me talk. If I were to do videos in live action, you wouldn't... Because this is what I mean. Because this is why he sucks. Like, he sucks at... I know that's, like, sort of his gimmick is that he sucks, but he, like, actually fucking sucks, bro. So, I think I remember talking about the video, the channel Pre-Modernist. And that's, like... You know how, like, when someone describes... like, have you ever heard of, like, an athlete's athlete or a chef's chef or, like, a general's general? Where it's like people who really do appreciate the craft or a field of a certain thing, a physicist, a surgeon, where it's like saying that, like, when someone who's in the field even appreciates him, because, sometimes you get the perception that, like, athletes don't appreciate other athletes, they view them as, like, opponents, but you'll have, what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to sort of portray? And I'd say Pre-Modernist is like a historian's historian. He's such a class act, man. If you've never heard of this channel, my god, he is such a class act. So, I'll just use his latest video as an example. First off, I appreciate his camera work where he is I don't know what this is called, but there's like a certain name for when you have your you like sort of like this. I can't think of it, but it's a very old school documentary style. So he's definitely and also his sort of backdrop is a bunch of books, again, very sort of old school documentary style. I mean, this was a very common backdrop whenever a narrator was talking to, what is this strand of hair that's really annoying me? Oh man, sorry about that. But everything about this is a very old school sort of like documentary style. And look, he's just talking. Let's turn it up.
Thoughts about that, and they're probably going to be unpopular, and some people are going to hate me, but
now listen, if you find this boring, then, well, you're either quite young or you really truly don't care about history very much. Because, I mean, and you know, that intro maybe wasn't a fair assessment, but his visuals are very minimal. There's no jump cuts. There's no zooms.
get all 13 stripes. Sometimes even put too many stripes.
So if you speed it up, see, no jump cuts, no zooms. He does use visual elements, but they're few and far between. You're mostly just seeing him talk. Why is this the most replayed moment?
He says seals don't belong on flags. Now, I would echo what J.J. McCullough said. J.J. McCullough made a video about state flags, and I encourage you to go watch it if you haven't seen it already. And he talks about how seals on flags are good, actually, and
so I probably don't want to just show his whole video, but I mean I could. But look how engaged I was. I wasn't silent because I was bored. It's because I was watching. Even though I've seen his video before, he defends the sort of U.S. state flags, which, he defended them valiantly. I still think they're not very good. They could be much better. I do agree though that there is a historical element to it, and I even knew that before. And I've actually also seen that J.J. McCullough video too. But I still don't think they're very good. But you know, it's opinion. It's all opinion. So it really doesn't matter. I can't believe he would even. I really do not like that flag. I think that's it's either New Jersey or Delaware. I can't even remember. Hold on, let me look that up. It's probably Delaware, because it was the first. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's Delaware. Oh, I don't. It's like a. I just. I just do not like this flag. It's like a faded Brazil flag. Hold on, can I open it like that? There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just do not like it. I do not like it. I do not like a date being on the flag. I think that's just so unconventional and weird. I know why it's on there. It's for historical reasons. Technically, Delaware is the first state in the United States, so that's why that date is a thing. But I do not like it. And it's all opinion, you know. I mean, should they change it? No. But I can still say that I don't like it. You know. Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of my least favorite flags in the U.S. Even though it is admittedly distinctive. As soon as you see it from far away, you know it. I mean, you can't ever. What's the word? It's unmistakably. I mean, I knew it was either Delaware or New Jersey. What is New Jersey's flag actually? Oh, okay. So this is the yellow one, based off of the buff. I mean, it's just. It's just boring. I know that a flag doesn't have to be an interesting flag in order to be, whatever. But the thing, again, you can defend them. The issue is that it's pretty, what's the word? It's obvious that no one I know so many people from New Jersey. I guarantee that they don't even know that this is their flag. And if they do, they don't like it, or they don't ever fly it. Whereas Maryland is so crazy about their flag. Any potential opportunity they can have their flag on something, they'll do it. Mugs, socks, logos of companies, signs. If you go to Maryland, you see the flag everywhere because it's so it's polarizing. But I think it's really stinking cool. Yeah, come on. That's cool. Why do people not like this flag? I don't get it. What do people not like about this? It's super cool, man. It's so unique. It is, and it's just so fun looking, It's just a constant interest to the eye, You have these checkerboards. I think the only thing that's kind of disturbed me about these sort of checkerboard's not even the right word, maybe a rhombus board, because they're sort of like rhombuses, is that I don't like that they're kind of cut off. I would almost prefer if they were sort of in frame. It's also what bothers me about the Bosnian flag. How you have the stars get cut off. Whose decision was that? Why did they do that? But I do like that. These are it's almost trippy to look at this, where the negative part is, the other part isn't. It's just crazy. It's a cool flag, man. Arizona's also really big about their flag. Arizona, you see their flag everywhere. There was a FIFA YouTuber I used to watch who had the actually I bet if I could Arizonan all caps Arizonan FIFA YouTuber. No. Why is it showing football when I type FIFA? FIFA streamer, maybe? John Sims? Oh, I think this is him. Let's look up John Sims. John Sims. Is this him?
Stop putting your account at risk and using coin sellers. Because now with
I don't think this is him. No, I can't remember who it was, but he had it at his backdrop. Look at this, man. I will say one thing though. The orange, the copper star. I'm just gonna say orange for the sake of, because it is orange. The orange star kind of clashes with the yellow and red. And I'm not saying, because you might be thinking, oh, what? So you want the star to be gone? No. I just think it would have been better. In fact, let me just show you what I want to be done. Oh, wait. As soon as I do that, hold on. I just realized as soon as I do that, it's not going to show it. I have to remember that, or else you'll just be staring at this. Change this. Man, my voice is kind of going. Okay, Paint 3D. Check this out. The only thing that I wish they did. Do they have a star? Yes, okay. Is that they did this. That's the only thing that I wish they would have done. It could be black, it could have been white. Actually, that looks good too. Because that's the only thing. It almost makes the star a bit hard to see. So I would have just, I wish that they put the, actually I think I like the white one better. Yeah. I just wish they did that. That's the only change I make, though. This is a great flag. Again, super distinctive. Oh, man, it's so cool. This is a great flag. What was Arizona's flag before this? Arizona flag history. Let's see. Was this always their flag? See, why would you want to change that? Oh my god, dude, I hate the vexillology Reddit. So I get why he defended see, look at just how it flies. It looks so fucking cool, dude. That is such a good flag. The obsession with following the guidelines of the good flag, bad flag. It was a pamphlet. It wasn't even a book. It was a pamphlet based off of an opinion. So arbitrary. Hey, this one did it. Look, they did an outline around the star, which I think is good. Yeah. So pretty much people do it already. No way. Arizona flag really is just that old. Damn. Because I would have thought it was like Colorado, because Colorado also has a really nice flag, where they decided to change it because it was one of the boring ones. Oh, flag. Yeah. Oh, this, I mean, and again, it's people like when flags look like this. Like, look, you have people who make merchandise. I'm not saying that merchandise is the if all be, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not the most important element, but you see people fly it. You know, you don't see anyone in Jersey flying that. Okay, no one's making like merchant. No one's fanboying about the Jersey flag. Okay, it's just not something people do. But yeah, you have people make art about it. It's a great flag. What's the obsession with? But so I do agree. Oh yeah, this is what the Colorado flag. But that's what I was gonna say though. I thought that Arizona was gonna be one of those places where it had like a boring flag like this. And look how boring that is. It's just so boring. Look. Hold on. Wait. Whoa. No way. What? Why do they have Illuminati on their flag? Dun 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 dun. Why did they do that? Yeah, I can see why they changed this. What a fucking... That's crazy. That what a way to start with a flag. Oh my god, look at that road sign. Who knew that they can make roads? This is similar to Maryland, though. Maryland does that with the road signs, too. If it isn't aware, I'm kind of in the sort of what is called the DMV area. So what's the obsession with... I don't get it. Like, the vexillology on Reddit is just so annoying. They just can't stick with things. They're so inconsistent. So I see why Pre-Modernist made this video, because I think it's more just over the past. And look at this again, putting in a real description. So and he also like does proper annotations, and he even parts his videos like he says total class act, man. If you've never heard of Pre-Modernist, I suggest you check him out. He doesn't upload very much, but when he does, it's a real treat. If you are a proper historian, or you just like history, you know, this is the type of shit that I think you should see. You know, and he promotes other channels, but his stuff is just so fucking a class above everyone else. Like, he promoted JJ McCullough, and I think in one video he promoted Al oh fuck, what is it called? Al Mukaddima. And, and JJ and I'll just do Al, even though the Al is just like a sort of a grammatical thing for like Arabic. Like these channels aren't bad. In fact, I actually say they're pretty good. These are not bad videos. Like those are good visuals, but they're just there's something about the way Premonitor just makes his videos that I just think are just a class above everyone else. And yeah, JJ McCullough, he's another channel that I watch quite often. I specifically like when he analyzes like, oh fuck, wait, fuck. I'm right. See, this is why I was so serious about talking. Oh fuck, shit. God fucking hell. Every time that happens, I forget to change the punk ass scene. You fat prick. So everything I was talking about you weren't seeing. Fuck's sake. Oh my god, I made myself look like probably such an idiot too when I was doing the Illuminati theme and you weren't even seeing what I was showing. God fucking damn it. Because when I was showing this, Colorado has Illuminati on their flag. God, that's so shit, man. That is so shit. Either way though, I was showing. Who cares? God, that really bummed me out. I fucking hate making mistakes like that. Shit. Either way though, I think I'm gonna call it off here because it's 2:33 in the morning, and my voice, I think, as you can tell, it's kind of going away. I mean, I've drank so much water, and there goes my earbuds. So if you made it says I have 2 viewers. I don't know how that's possible, but if you've made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, and I don't know. I can't think of stuff right now. My brain's kind of frying at the moment. 10, 9, 8. Wait, no, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.